offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, August 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 96. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk LSU football as they continue their fall practice, the latest with the New Orleans Saints, and we'll give you an update on the Paris Olympics. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome in. Brand new episode of OTB. That's right. Our guy Taylor Sharp back from the bachelor party, meaning we got the whole squad back here today, and we got a lot to get to today. We got a lot of sound from your LSU Tigers. I think the Jacoby and Gillery bites are of a particularly nice vintage, if you ask me. A very good leader in the middle of that LSU defense. May touch it a little DA sound, but more importantly, we're going to break down Saints practice yesterday as some interesting developments at the quarterback position. We got our first unofficial Saints depth chart, which lets us know how some of those position battles are going. And, of course, this Saturday, Saints' first preseason game going down. I'll start to lay out some of the interesting battles that you are going to want to watch. The Olympics are rolling right along, and yesterday was all about Mondo Duplantis. He once again got it done. We'll get to it here in a second. But first, how's everyone feel? Oh, and we got a coaches poll for college football. We got our first coaches poll, top 25. Where does LSU fall? We'll get to that as well here in hour number one. If you want to get involved, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a very fun day. What's up, everybody? How we feeling, dude?
Feeling good. I think I found my new favorite Olympic sport. We're watching speed rock climbing. I don't really know what it's called, but I mean, it's basically Spider-Man.
It is. It looks like CGI and how quickly they scale these walls, for sure.
We just had a heat where it was 5:16 for the winner, 5:17.
See, that's what I'm saying. Look at you.
Place.
Thank you. Yes, hell yes. Finally.
It was France versus Ukraine.
And look at that. Not even American in sight. All it took was a little speed climbing to bring Jake over. There's always one. There's going to be one event that gets you going a little bit. Alondra, how are we doing?
I'm good. I feel like it's every other week that we're like the whole crew's back together.
Well, that's called summer. That's called summer. My neighbors are all clowning me because I haven't seen anybody in months, basically.
Your hair looks a little crazy. It
is a little crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't take a shower this morning.
You ain't gonna bathe?
What? Also,
doesn't wash his feet anyway.
In just especially not now, because in an awful twist of fate, I seem to have tweaked my lower back yesterday, playing with my kids. Yikes. So I'm pretty locked up right now, and it sucks. So I have my first men's double match tonight. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna get my guy Jared to go Cairo. Maybe
yours was just playing with your kiddos as well.
Yeah, in the backyard. I was lifting one of them up while talking to my guy Tristan about
who was it?
Removing 4 giant trees that fell over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just
very unlucky, but didn't hit anybody's house, so could have been more unlucky. So kind of lucky, I guess, in that regard. I mean, who needs money anyway? It's pretty dumb, right? Everybody's losing in the stock market. You might as well spend every dime you've saved up removing trees. Why not? That's always super fun.
I feel like you can maybe
it comes in waves too.
We have to get like cranes out there and stuff. There's a 0% chance I can do this stuff. We're talking about like a 40, couple 40, 50-foot trees.
I saw you drive the Trash Rangers red.
Oh, that's
dump
true.
truck.
You
That's
did.
true. That's true. Yeah, if somebody rents me a crane, then I can do it myself.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. No. This is not exactly a home project. There's also 2 trees so 2 fell, 2 are still up, but are basically connected, and like. You got to be real careful when you take those other 2 out that the 2 don't just fall and hit a neighbor's house or something. So I don't know. Whatever. Could be worse, like I said. So kind of lucky in that regard. Taylor, what's up, man? Welcome back from vacation. How was the batch party? Did you get wild?
Crazy.
Not too wild. Pretty tame for the most
it's
part.
exactly what somebody who did some nefarious stuff at a bachelor party would say.
Tell you what, it was a lot tougher getting out of bed this morning than I thought it was going to be.
Got a little too used to that fat lake life living, boy.
I mean, I think the earliest I woke up on that trip was like 9:30.
Hell yeah.
So like the 5 a.m. alarm was rough this morning.
Life's been getting me to the point lately where, and I'm not normally like this. I'm normally like a sleep when you're dead person, and like I want to get my activities in. I've just been going to bed at 9:30 every night.
Sounds so
been
nice.
Taking a Tylenol PM and just forcing myself to sleep. And honestly, it feels kind of good. It's a little boring because you don't get to do like fun stuff, but it's not, feel
Welcome
pretty
to
good
the
right
club.
now. My back wasn't like all locked up and terrible, but
So not hooting with the owls.
no, I've not been hooting lately. I don't even know if I'm sore.
I was about to say, I don't think he's soaring either.
We're going through a bit of a downswing here.
It's okay.
But
It happens.
life vacillates,
Yeah.
It comes in waves.
I've always said life vacillates.
And so we are
Every day.
Yep.
we are going to ride this ramp to newer and greater heights. I am glad Taylor's back. I actually miss Taylor. For what it's worth. Very surprising, but there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get today's show started with our biggest story of the day. It's time for some starters.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help you take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor and Staffing, locally owned for over a decade. And check it out, y'all. If you're looking for light industrial construction, warehouse, and manufacturing, even clerical employees, success begins with the eye of the tiger. It's Tiger Labor and Staffing. Look, the best part about it is it's a true turnkey service. Like, they take all the paperwork off your plate, everything, right? The screening, the training, the payroll, they take care of it all. So if you're looking for the right people for the job, or you're looking for work, you want to get in touch with Tiger Labor and Staffing.
That number, 225-275-8437, and go see them off Florida Boulevard in Baton Rouge.
So Mondo Duplantis submitting himself yesterday as the greatest pole vaulter to ever walk the earth. Not that he needed. That the proof is already in the pudding. As we said yesterday, he had 8 of the 9 highest pole vaults of all time. He broke, but what he did not have the Olympic record. There's been one other individual who had won pole vault gold twice, so he has only won it once in Tokyo in 2021. So I guess that's all he didn't have, because he has everything else. And now he has it all. As yesterday, he jumps 6.25 meters. For context, this is a bit of a Katie Ledecky situation, right? How we talk about how Ledecky's like so clearly on a different plane of existence than even the second place competitor in those long distance races. He was the only competitor to even clear 6 meters. So in a sport that is defined by centimeters, inches, depending on if you're American or European, Jake, he is a full quarter of a meter, at least, ahead of second place in the world. How is that possible? I don't entirely know. He clearly just has the correct DNA, mental makeup, and everything to come together and form the perfect pole vaulter.
He right now is so popular. So on this computer, I have never searched for Mondo Duplantis, so it's not like stored memory. I just typed in MON to kind of pull him up, to have it ready to go for this story. The top 3 searches in the world right now, when you type in MON on a computer, are Mondo Duplantis net worth, Mondo Duplantis girlfriend.
There you go. There you go.
So yes.
Does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know. I hadn't clicked on it
Click
yet.
on it. Let's see.
Yes, because after he pole vaulted, he ran into the crowd to her.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
It's
I
so
actually only.
cute.
To be fair, I only saw the highlight of the vault. I didn't see I should have watched some of the pageantry
Yeah,
afterward.
Antoine was in there too.
I mean, it does boggle the mind just how high he's getting. I mean, I don't understand how it's possible. So now, like I said, he kind of checks the final boxes here. I guess the one thing remaining, because he'll just continue to break his own world record, I guess, until he can't. Maybe the one thing, because he now has the Olympic record. He sets a brand new world record at the Olympics. Like I said, he tied with 2 gold medals. So maybe like a 3rd gold medal in 4 more years which would make him stand alone, would be the only thing remaining to him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a cat who already in 2022 was named both European and World Male Athlete of the Year. Right here from Lafayette, Louisiana. A favorite son. Shout out Mondo Duplantis. Absolutely incredible.
There's winning and then there's dominating.
Yeah.
And typically you don't get to dominate on that stage. You get to win, like Noah Lyles. He won. He didn't dominate, but he won. It was incredible, right? We talked about it yesterday. To dominate on that stage, you dominated the world. You didn't dominate Louisiana. You didn't dominate even the South or the United States. North America, like you dominated the world on the biggest stage.
Why is he jumping for Sweden though? As our guy Dick Condon tried to say yesterday that Mondo Duplantis jumping for Sweden is an even bigger disgrace than people kneeling for the flag. I mean, I just think. Well, I mean, whatever. I don't want to get into the latter part of that sentence, but is it wrong that he is jumping for Sweden? I am firmly in the no, it's not wrong category. It's quite easy to understand. The reasons are many. Sweden allowed him to start his pole vaulting career at a younger age than the U.S. team would have. Sweden allowed his coach to his father, Greg, to continue to coach him, which the U.S. did not offer. Sweden's got a qualifying process that gives you a bit more room for error. It's not just about the Olympic trials. It's about your entire career, how you've done over years of competition. So if you have an off day, your chances are not ruined. Also, he's a national hero in Sweden, and there's a huge financial incentive and advantage to jumping for them. So I don't really care. I focus on him being from Louisiana and representing the boot, a state where we don't have a lot to be proud of. Lafayette, Louisiana has produced the greatest pole vaulter to ever walk the earth. And I think that's pretty badass.
I would love to, like, when he first got, obviously he's been to Sweden before with, was his mom, correct?
Yeah, his mom's Swedish.
Right. So, but I would love to see like his Lafayette accent, because I'm sure he's lost a little bit of it, but just,
What in the hell does a Swedish Lafayette combination end up sounding like? I have no idea.
I know. And then like something he says in Sweden that like we only say in Louisiana.
I wonder what that would, I wonder what favored Cajun sayings he could maybe get going over there. Hey, I would hate it if you guys all tweeted Richard Condon asking him, is he not a real patriot for not winning a gold medal for America? Because, I don't know. I've had people ask me, and I don't know what to tell them, Dick. So if you have a good answer, Dick, they just keep asking me, is Condon a real patriot or not? Where's his? I don't know. Richard, you got to help me out here. So please just tweet at Richard and let him know how he can defend himself. Anything else from the Olympics stand out yesterday? Because we got a lot of LSU camp to get to next, so we'll kind of maybe close the book for now on the Olympics. Anything? Going once? Taylor, surely you have an Olympic take somewhere.
Taylor's hurting
buried inside of that head.
Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss falling to Canada
that's right.
yesterday.
They fell to
was
Canada
a little bit of a
2-0.
bummer. Yeah. That was the first match that I watched of them in the Olympics, and they handled Canada.
So it's your fault.
No problem. And then they just couldn't get it done 2 times in a row.
It's
I think I think my numbers are right, but I think they had beaten that same group maybe like 8 of the 11 matches they played them.
I mean, the one I watched, they had beat them in straight sets like every time.
That's the crazy part about single elimination, right? And why we talked about it felt so crazy they were doing so well, but it's still only group stage. And then 16 of the 24 teams advanced from group stage. So like a lot of teams still around. And then you move into single elimination. And hey, if it's not your day, it's not your day. And unfortunately, you just had your bad day on the wrong day to have it. But we still love TK and Nuffs here. Brutal exit, but gave us a lot of fun along the way, certainly.
I mean, I knew they were going to medal. Just dominating in the first two matches. And even these matches, which they lost both, but they were incredibly close. I think 21-19, 21-18 was the final there. So, I know, man. They'll be back. They're still young. They'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, knowing those two, especially Kristen Nuss, who just seems to be a sociopathic level competitor, all this is going to do is lock them in and drive them even further to continue to perfect their craft. So, yeah, that's a bummer, but good on them. They'll be back stronger than ever. All right, when we get back, let's dive into LSU camp. As we'll give you a quick practice report, some of the notes on injuries, what people saw yesterday, and then I want to get to some sound. There's a bunch of players sat down with the media yesterday, but mainly I thought Jacoby and Gillery was very, very impressive in his answers. Keep it locked. YouTube.com/1045ESPN. If you want to get involved, hang out in the chat. That's the way to do it. And we'll be back with more Off the Bench next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You need somebody who is going to fight for you when you get in an accident. You want Gordon McKernan. They cover a plethora of different cases of which you can see on the website. You can also see real testimonials from satisfied customers. You also fill a consult form right there. They'll get in touch with you immediately. I'd also encourage you to follow them on social media at Get Gordon. You see a ton of great content with your favorite athletes, members of the G team. So if you get Gordon and you get in an accident, in many ways, you're now teammates with like Harold Perkins and stuff. That's pretty cool now. So get Gordon, get it done today.
Go to getgordon.com and you can get it all done right there on the website. Check out what they've done for past clients, what they can do for you, any question, concern you might have, and get answered right there on the website. But we always tell you every single day, it is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings.
Join me for a Tuesday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Pluckers. I'll be out at LSU's Tuesday morning practice. Give you a practice report. And Sharif Ishak is out west with the Saints. Get a report on the black and gold. Hunt Palmer Show 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What happened, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, damn it. Alondra, do you have the sound sheet? I actually meant to go grab from my office, and then I grabbed
No, but if you give me like 2 seconds, I can go grab
All right,
it.
go grab it. Go grab it.
No, wait.
2.
Go grab it. Go grab it.
You lied.
All right, I'll go through some LSU practice notes. This mainly comes from my guy Matthew Brune on 3, the Bengal Tiger on 3, which I really enjoy. I'll go through some of the absences first, right? Braden Swinton and Jalen Lee still absent from practice. Obviously, you got to hope that's nothing too serious, because those are 2 positions of need. Shelton Sampson is back after banging his head the opener practice last week. He was full go. Major Burns checked out of practice, did not return, but stayed on the sideline. This is a bit.
I saw no neck roll.
No neck roll
on Major. I mean, it's a big development.
I don't like that.
No, I love it.
Why?
You can't have your safety out there.
Your star. You can't have your star out there with the neck roll.
Wearing a cowboy
Not a safety,
collar.
but you can your star.
I love Major Burns. A little bit stolen valor. Okay?
No, I don't think so at all. Not at the star.
And check neck roll. You know what I'm saying?
Not at the star, dude. No, you're basically a pseudo linebacker at that point. There's enough linebacker DNA in this star position to validate a neck roll. Like, if he makes the switch now, I feel like the timing of it's all screwed up. You played all that safety with a neck roll, and now when you're playing pseudo linebacker, you're not going to.
Not even like a good like Douglas collar, like the straight up old school.
Also, it looks pretty tight in NCAA 25.
Does he have it on?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. It looks awesome. And him and Greg Penn, I find, come up with a lot of picks. I don't know why, but that's like, I don't know. Just I feel like it's happened a lot. John Emery, I don't know what to make of this. So John Emery, Jake, he got a lot of carries yesterday.
Yep.
Twice left to get his knee checked and threw his helmet in frustration both times. So is there actual stuff going on? Is it still kind of mental, trying to get your trust and faith and legs back under you? I don't know, but it's certainly a situation to monitor going forward. Xavier Thomas suited up but did not practice. Zy Alexander active, but not necessarily full go. We had a couple great quotes from coaches during practice. A.J. Swan was kind of struggling during one-on-ones, and I guess he missed Trades Green, and Joe Sloan asked him, how do you miss someone who's 6'7"? Great classic coaching line there, right?
That is very coaching.
Brad Davis with a quote that I think will make you happy, Jake. He was talking to Weston Davis, who's running tackle with the 2s.
Yep.
Said, quote, it's about attitude, 5-star. You're going to play hard here.
Oh, God.
Letting him know.
Be still. Absolutely. I love that.
Whit Weeks worked in some at linebacker with the 1s. Ashton Stamps and Say Drine remained as your cornerback 1s on the edges. Dominic McKinley's huge. And the top 3 receivers, they continue to work in a couple of different ways. Yesterday, it was Daniels and Hilton on the perimeter and Lacey working out of that slot, a la Malik Neighbors. Even though, so CJ Daniels looking like him, Hilton, and Lacey are the top 3 for now, but we will see.
Man, I don't know why, and yesterday we talked about it. I am really excited about Chris Hilton. I feel like he is
probably because he's like super fast.
Well, yeah, for sure, but he's always been super fast.
Sure.
I just think he's the next great LSU receiver. Like, and it might be the stepping stone year. Maybe it's not the year, But he has something, you just mentioned it, that you can't coach in speed, right? He can pick him up and put him down. But I think he's learning how to be a more complete receiver just from some of the things that we've seen over the last couple of days, things we saw in spring practice. Like, if he ends up being the second leading receiver on this team, I would not be shocked at all. That's not to besmirch C.J. Daniels. I think he's going to have his role.
Do you mean catches or yards or both?
I think probably yards.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
The catches,
Daniels feels like a possession guy, maybe a shorter average.
He might average 13.5, and then Hilton's like a 17.5.
Yeah, I agree. All right, now let's get to some of the sound. And I want to start with Jacoby and Gillery, because there's a few quotes here that both speak to the leadership and the veteran nature of Jacoby and Gillery, as well as some of the changes that made this offseason. Start with Gillery, too. This is about learning from new D-line coach Bo Davis. And sorry, as we play this, I want you to just really remember the fact that last year, not only, I mean, how many different coaches has this group seen over the last few years? Like 3 or 4, right?
Yep.
And then last year, you lose your coach right before the season. You just kind of have to shoehorn someone in and just really think about how vast the difference must be for the players from last year to this year in terms of the coaching and the improvement that they should be able to have.
He's had so much experience everywhere he's been countless places. Like, the film he shows us is from all over he's been. So, like, just like trying to, he's always coached guys, built like have taller builds. He's coached shorter builds. Like, he's coached so many guys that when it comes to like guys coming in, like being so raw, he already knows like, okay, this is what that guy needs, and he's like catered to him. So like, it's a slow process, but it's a process. And like every day we get better. Like today was like big with our hands, and I feel like today we practice slightly better with our hands did than the last practice. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying, just get better and better every practice.
I love hearing about the depth of knowledge that Bo Davis is bringing from with his career, talking about his ability to work with different body types, different skill sets, to look at a player and assess, okay, what does he need to get better on? And I love the idea of the slow process. Not an easy fix. It's not going to be overnight, obviously, but like Gillery said, right? Bo Davis gave him something very clear to focus on. Hey, you need to get better with your hands, and he felt like that day he had a better day with his hands. Like, that's how, those are the building blocks to success, and just none of that was there at this position group last year.
Not only that, T, but it was like everything you don't want to do, technically, they did.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a coach, and it was unfortunate, and you had a health situation. Then you're trying to play catch up. You felt like, okay, well, I think we can get it done with this way. And then you figured out there's no way we can. You bring in Pete Jenkins, and it was probably too late at that point, because they were just doing things that I know, hell, everybody knows you were never taught to do.
Yeah.
And so can you imagine going from that to getting in-depth coaching from somebody that's done it at Texas, in Alabama, played here at LSU, spent time here in the weight room at LSU. So like, this program means something to him. So he goes over every single detail. Night and day doesn't even describe probably what it is for all these defensive linemen that were here a year ago.
No, it's got to be one of the biggest, no exaggeration. It has to be one of, maybe if not the biggest, positional upgrades in the entire country in terms of the contract and money would speak to that. Here is Gillery talking about being the leader of this oft questioned D line.
I mean, what more could you ask for? Playing for LSU, getting a strap up every Saturday to play for LSU. Like, this is what I've always wanted, and I finally got it. So, like, why not go all out for it? This is my last year. Why not go all out with everything I do? It was just as simple as just doing a walkthrough. Why not go all out in it? So I think the challenge that's ahead of me, I feel like I'm accepting it great, but I know that I still have more to do, just like, everyone else in the room has more to do. So when I push myself harder, I know it makes them want to go harder. So like, just trying to just push myself every day, waking up every morning, making sure I push myself hard enough so these guys push themselves even harder.
I mean, if you wanted just the perfect validation or that is the Brian Kelly process distilled into an answer, right? This idea of small, daily, accountable habits that lead to improvement over time. Like, that's exactly the kind of mindset that I want my leaders of my football team operating in. And Jacoby and Gillery just said it perfectly. Here is Gillery on the intensity of both Bo Davis and Brad Davis.
I'm so used to it that I like, it's just like, how can I listen to what the message is saying, and now like apply that to my game or whatever I did wrong. Like, because it's like when they're yelling at you, it's not that they're yelling at you, they're yelling at the problem. It's kind of like not a F you or F that. You know what I mean? So in a sense of that. So I think I've just handled both intensities well. And I know when he's getting on them, I know when Bo's getting on Coach Brad is getting on the offensive line, I have to listen to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I can keep up with what they're doing.
This is like kind of what I got to tell my kids, right? You know, look, you're not a bad kid, but this is a bad thing you're doing here. Like you know, so I'm going to tell them next time, it's not an F you, it's an F that. Okay, so F that. You got to stop that crap right now. I like hearing one of these Gen Z young players, Jake, espouse and maybe love of a coach getting after their ass a little bit.
I know that's the way that I responded.
Yeah,
like I responded to that, and playing for the coaches that I had, maybe I didn't have a choice, but I much preferred like Jimbo style than like a Gary Croton style. I just did. Nothing against Coach Croton, but that wasn't my style. Like he never really raised his voice, or if he got mad at you, he like just didn't talk to you instead of telling you what the problem was. Where Jimbo, he would whisper those sweet nothings, but he would also, and then he'd come back and he'd like, hey, here's why I had to do what I had to do. We need you to do this.
Here's why I had to say it. I wish your parents never met.
Exactly. Exactly. But I responded to that much more than not being told what I was doing wrong, somebody not even really getting mad at the problem. So if you don't show, hey, this is a real issue, then as a player, how do you know it's a real issue? You just, if you mess up and the coach is writing on a script as he walks away, did I mess up? Did I do good? Do I need to do it better? Like, where am I at right now? So I would much rather have Bo Davis, Brad Davis, letting me know exactly what the problem was.
So another answer that I love from Gillery had to come with facing LSU's offensive line, because they can provide some real good perspective. Here's what Gillery's been telling the other guys as they go up against this Will Campbell-led Joe Moore candidate offensive line.
I feel like now, like, I tell the defensive line, like, it's okay to, you know what I'm saying, we lose reps. We do lose reps. But I'm saying you got to think about it like this. If you go as hard as you can against the best offensive line in the country, the Saturday nights are going to be that much easier. So that's what, like, keeping a level head and, like, keep going, just keep going. Like, you know, if you get knocked down, pop back up and run to the ball. Like, just trying to instill, like, that mindset, like, you're not going to see anything better on a Saturday than what you do see out the week. So just trying to instill that in everybody, too.
I mean, look, I completely vibe with that because that was my own experience at LSU, right? Having guys like Michael Brockers and Benny Logan and all of these great future NFL stars at D-line that you would go up against practice every single day, and then you get to actual game day, and 99% of the time, like if you weren't playing Alabama, the players you were going against were worse. And it was a really good feeling. And yeah, sometimes it sucked in practice, the time having to go against Drake Nevis and company, but again, it paid huge dividends in the same way that Jacoby and Gillery is talking about there.
I'm trying to even think like what would be the best that they'll face in a game, offensive line for LSU.
I mean, Alabama's going to be pretty good offensive line.
Ole Miss has got a lot of candidates.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know about Ole Miss.
Right?
Yet.
No. I mean, I don't know that they're going to be the best, but they do bring back who they had a year ago, which that was not the best unit, but they bring them all back, and they added 4 players through the portal, so they think they have 9 starter quality players. Can they make the best 5? It might be Alabama, because I mean, some of the best ones in the country are outside of the SEC this year.
Yeah. But the point is, like, I think it's a very level-headed and good perspective for the vet to provide to some of the new guys here is, like, don't get too down on yourself here, okay? It may feel like at times you're getting your ass kicked, but you are going against the best of the best, and what you have to do is force yourself to just continue to go balls to the wall, max effort, like he said, try to do the best that you can against the best, and in the end, it just makes you better, right? What's the underlying foundational thing of camp? Is iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Okay, and going against this LSU line is like being, you know, in the forge, in the hottest flame that you could possibly imagine.
So when I look at the old Field Still magazine, it's got Georgia 1, Texas 2,
Yep.
LSU 3, Tennessee 4, Ole Miss 5.
I was going to say Tennessee's, with Mays and I think Lance Hurd's going to be really good out there. That could make sense.
It has, in the preseason, Ole Miss may be the best offensive line that you face. And so
Don't agree with Texas being ahead of LSU. Georgia maybe there's more of an argument.
It just reiterates kind of what he's saying, though. Like, you're not going to go against anyone better than what you have in practice every single day. So if you go against that unit, if you have success against that unit, that is only going – even if you have failures and you learn from those failures, it's only going to make you better. And it is an offensive line that is stout across the board. So we're not just talking about interior, exterior, obviously, with the 2 tackles that you have.
Speaking of which, let's get to some Will Campbell sound next segment as we can talk about that LSU offensive line a bit. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. 24/7 emergency service, flat rate pricing. Everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. They send you information ahead of time about who's coming into your home. They have 50 years of experience, so they've seen it all. They can fix it all. And they have great warranty coverage. Like, there are so many reasons why Central Plumbing is your one-stop plumbing shop and why you don't need to think twice about it. So, if it's a problem you need fixed or bathroom remodel, maybe get something like a tankless water heater, your answer is Central Plumbing. So go to centralplumbing.org or call 925-8552 today.
Remember, not only in Central Louisiana, now they can help you in Central, but also here in the Baton Rouge area, the surrounding area. If you've got an issue, 24/7, 365. T-Bob gave you the number. I'll give it to you again, 225-925-8552. But check out the website. If you're looking to upgrade at your home or business, Central Plumbing is the place to go. That website, centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques, Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call
Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Tuesday's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Brian Kelly meets reporters after LSU practice. We'll visit with Shea Dixon and Ross Jackson with the Saints Report, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Burboy says, T, what was the split in one-on-ones when you played? I'm not entirely sure I understand the question. If it's maybe like who's winning reps, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the one-on-ones when it comes to O-line, D-line is a very defensive slanted drill. When it comes to wide receiver DBs, it's a very offensive slanted drill because, again, in a beautiful piece of ironic symmetry, cornerback and offensive tackle are probably the most similar positions in a lot of ways, even though it's the most opposite sort of body types. Like, for instance, both Ashton Sampson and Will Campbell have to react to what elite athletes are going to do that already know what they're going to do, and they have to play with their back to the ball. The only positions where you do that. Speaking of Will Campbell, here's what he had to say on this team and this offensive line. There's been a lot of smoke, Jake, around the revamped run game. In fact, even Gillery talked about going against it and how kind of different and creative it's been. This is Campbell talking about leading the charge in that revamping.
It's a new offense, and we have a lot different players than we did last year. But being able to be more diverse in the run game and showing different schemes, it's only going to help us, and we're going to be really good at all of them because we're going to spend a lot of time working on each and every one of them. So the biggest thing for us, like I said, is just dominating up front and letting guys like Carr and Chris, Caleb, Josh, and the list goes on, just do what they do, and that's make plays.
Bro, those are two heavy syllables on the offense.
My God, I love that accent.
It's a new offense.
Do you even 318?
But look,
God,
we talk about this with the Saints all the time, right?
Yep.
That the new run scheme, just the offensive scheme in general, should really help the O-line because it put them in easier or positions where the defense can't be as sure of what they're going to do, right? So position to succeed. Well, as good as the LSU O-line is, they still have a tough go of things sometimes the last couple of years, Jake, where the only run play you were running was zone. So, people knew exactly what was going on. You're never hitting guys at angle and pulling around for power and whatnot. And so, when you take an O-line that can already just base block you, even when the defense knows that's what's coming, what happens when you give them the element of surprise and you give them angles and a diverse attack to work with? Well, it makes them that much better.
Yeah, so the difference is, for the Saints, it's the NFL. You can't do that. And Derek Carr is not Jaden Daniels as far as what he could do on the ground. So you didn't have to do it at LSU.
Yeah.
You had a cheat code at quarterback that could make up for a lot of your runs. So much so that last year, LSU ran inside zone 45% of the time. 45%. Jeez. If you throw in outside zone, they were a zone team over half the time, 51%. They only ran 5 powers the entire year. 5.
What's happened to my marathon?
To give you an example, we ran 5 powers on the last drive against Florida in 07.
Freaking bunch of
liberals. That drive alone. They ran counter 41 times, though, so I do love seeing that. That is another gap scheme. Power, counter, right? It's just a different aiming point for the back. You got different pullers on counter than you do power, but it's still a gap scheme run, so I do like that. They ran 15 draws, which accounted for 4%, and only 7 pull leads, which was 2%. They were going to run inside zone. Again, they could. They had a quarterback that in a drop back could go 85 yards. He could have a design quarterback run and go 80 yards. He was different. We know that. You don't have that anymore. What do you have? You have what we think is, if not the nation's best offensive line, it's a top 5, regardless of who you're talking to, offensive line in the country. Utilize that. Utilize athletic tackles.
Mm-hmm.
You have extremely athletic tackles. You can be a really good tackle and not be super athletic. You can be a giant, and maybe you're not good at pulling. Will Campbell, Emory Jones can do all of those things. You've got guards that have played a ton of football. They can pull around. on powers, on counters. And so I love hearing that LSU is going to utilize their best asset, which is their offensive line. And the running backs are going to see a big difference. They can no longer just line up and say, hey, we got to stop this one run. You have to now, if it does play out like we think it's going to, you got to account for everything.
So it's still a lot more that I want to get to with Campbell, but real quick to close out this segment, let's go to DJ Chester. Of course, the only new face on that offensive line, a true sophomore that's going to be relied upon this year. Here's DJ Chester slotting in at center.
DJ, had a hold of field with Charles Turner leaving, but Charles set such a good example of what it took to, be a leader, and a great communicator and a good player here in the SEC. So I think that DJ being able to, see that, watch that, learn from him, ask questions from him on a day-to-day basis, put DJ so far ahead because Charles was such a good communicator. And, whenever you're out there in the SEC with 100,000 people in the stands, communication is the biggest thing. Being able to get 5 guys on the same page, working together. And, he's growing every day. Obviously, he doesn't have that many game reps, but, that's going to come. But he's going against good guys at practice every day, so he'll be ready.
What hold is he talking about feeling? Is it hold a feel?
I don't know what you're asking, and I don't like the way you're looking at me.
Oh, I think it was his accent. Hold a fill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a pinch situation. Okay. Oh, because Charles Turner left. Okay, that makes more sense. I was a little confused there for a second.
I bet he says pinch.
I bet you he does. All right, closing hour 1 of OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Coleman Roof. Go to ColemanRoof.com. ColemanRoof.com is the website you want. Louisiana's most reliable and most respected, also the most complete roofing company. Well, Coleman Roof is your answer. Look, they do any size project, any type of roof, anywhere in the state. In fact, you go to ColemanRoof.com and you can see all the different numbers for whether you're in Gonzales, Baton Rouge, Mandeville, Houma, Lafayette. You can just fill out a free inspection form right there at the homepage. Just put your name, your email, your phone, a little blurb about what's going on, and then, well, you benefit, right? Because at Coleman Roof, we're committed to providing top-notch services and ensuring your satisfaction throughout the roofing process. That's all the way through to cleanup. So let Coleman help you achieve a sturdy and beautiful roof.
T-Bob asked a question yesterday. What if you're Clark Griswold and you're up there watching home videos and you fall through the roof? Can they fix that? Absolutely, they can fix that. They're a one-stop shop over at Coleman Roof. Check it out online, ColemanRoof.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, let's dive right back into some Will Campbell sound. Let's revisit the diverse run game. This was Campbell asked about the opponent's ability to stop it. This is Campbell 9 here at L'Entre.
It's a lot more diverse. We're showing a lot more looks, a lot more different things, just throw defense for more curveballs. I mean, last year we kind of, line up. We're just better than you. It was what it was. You knew what was coming, but you still had to stop it. And quite frankly, nobody could. But, this year we're going to line up and we're going to make you stop us. They're going to know we're coming right at them, and it's going to be in different ways, but they're going to know we're about to run the ball, and we'll see if they can stop it.
Okay, bro. Ooh, they're going to know we about I need to clip that. They're going to know we about to run the ball. We're going to see if they can stop it. Oh, I wanted to get to Brad Davis's standard, okay? This is about Brad Davis again, as he has completely brought this LSU offensive line back and could potentially bring it to greater heights than it's ever been from a consistency standpoint. Here's Will Campbell on the standard that his coach sets.
Just the intensity he brings. He tells us every day, he's not going to change the standard for anybody. And, it's not going to change. Nobody feels bad for you. So, it's what's required to, be a part of the O-line here at LSU. It's hard work, Obviously, it's hot. Everybody can see that, but it's what you do whenever it's hot. Can you go out there and, block that out and, go out there and do your job? When you're tired, when you're hot, when your body doesn't feel, the best, can you go and get the job done?
Jake, it's like we said, what did Brad Davis tell Weston Davis yesterday? Quote, it's about attitude, 5-star. You're going to play hard here, okay? Not going to change that message for anyone. I got to say, man, I think it's really hard to not hear from Jacoby and Gillery and Will Campbell and not feel bullish about this team. Both of these guys, from a leadership standpoint, seem to be the paragons of the Brian Kelly process in terms of their kind of perspective on what it takes, on the work, on how hard it needs to be. Like, it really feels like this is a mature and accountable team, which, to be fair, is the same thing that Brian Kelly keeps telling us every single day.
Yeah, you have the right mixture of what you're looking for with those two guys that we've played sound for, guys that have been around for a long time, guys that are from the state of Louisiana, and you can tell, like, whatever they've been selling over the last 3 years, right? And Jacobin's played for multiple coaches, but you can tell whatever this staff's been selling is really hitting home with the veteran players, and they're spreading that message. And as you know, T, you've been a part of this. It all trickles down. It all trickles down to the younger players, and it's it's two really good players to be able to have that effect on the team.
I agree. Do we want to play any more Campbell here?
Yeah, let's just hear that. I want to hear that accent one more time, Bo.
What does Will Campbell like about this team? Is it 8?
The grit and the toughness, this
Uh-oh.
offseason we had probably one of our best
Sorry,
off
start it
seasons
over,
we've
Lon.
had
Start
since
it
I've
over.
been
I
here,
just
just
didn't
from
know that I was going to start it in such a
the
perfect way.
grit and the toughness. This off season we had probably one of our best off seasons we've had since I've been here, just from a work standpoint, pushing ourselves, guys pushing each other, competing every day, and everybody here wants to win. I mean, it's year 3. It's time for us to do something instead of just winning 10 games. I mean, 10 games is cool with other schools, not here. 10 games gets people fired, people replaced. So it's time for us to do something a little different and win a national championship.
Okay, star that, double mark it, because that's one of the most badass quotes I've ever heard, and I'm probably going to play that at least once an hour.
Yeah.
Today, Will Campbell not shying away and clearly understanding the expectation. Grit and toughness.
I don't know that you'll hear anything better today.
I don't think so. That's and it's just even more wonderful couched in that just beautiful languid drawl, dude. That's just like honey dripping drawl.
Yep.
He sounds like a bear eating honey. Legitimately. This big old country bear deep in a beehive of honey.
Black bear country up there.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
On 1-2 a black bear. Pow! Done.
A black bear would whip your...
They're tiny.
So are your hands.
Will Campbell's bigger than a black bear. I don't. Do you want me to do something here, Alondra? Go to Trash Rangers, TrashRangersLLC.com. TrashRangersLLC.com for all your waste management needs. You want to make the switch to the local guys, okay, who, unlike the national companies, which take the profits out of the state but keep the trash here, no. These profits, they're funneled back into your community. So your churches, your little league teams in various different ways. Also, because they're local, right? They have relationships with you. They know how to best serve your needs, whether it's residential or if you're a business owner and you need front load dumpsters picked up to 6 times a week, they're flexible. They can handle all of your roll-off dumpsters as well. Go to TrashRangersLLC.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, August 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 99. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll have some OTB mailbag, and we'll hear from Saints training camp. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Hey, Taylor, will you find us the Deion clip from practice talking about don't touch Travis Hunter? Don't touch the quarterback as well, because I think Jake has some things that he wants to say. But we'll get it first, and then we'll react to it once we have the once we have the audio there. Welcome in hour number 2 of OTB. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. I'm not, but it's okay. We're gonna push through it. God, my back is just locking up more and more. Let's just play tennis tonight. First match. We'll see how that goes.
Go get a steroid shot.
I'm gonna go get. I think I'm gonna try a little dry needling.
The steroid shot will work a lot better.
I mean,
very quickly.
Go get some Toradol.
Yeah.
Right past that steroid.
Little lidocaine patch.
Toradol will be tight, but then that's really just.
No, it'd loosen it up.
Okay, so it's not just pain management, you're saying?
Yeah, no.
It
got some extra in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when you mask the pain, though, and then you go out and do
it's
stuff.
not like it's numbing it. No, it's just, you're good. It's got stuff. It's got good stuff in it.
I don't know if I trust that as a medical opinion. And I used to take Toradol before every game, but
I don't really.
It's got
the good. You're doing. I'm just telling you.
I'm saying, is that what the doctor would tell me? It's got the good stuff in it.
No, but I'm not a doctor. But I've had more Toradol than anybody in this room. So
that's true. Look, I've had great Toradol as well. I just always thought it was just a pain reliever. I didn't know. I didn't know it had like anti-inflammatory or aspects like that to it.
That's what the doctor told me last time I got it.
Okay. Why are you getting Toradol shots?
I pulled my back real bad like a few months ago.
Taylor, are you getting Toradol shots?
No.
I couldn't even stand up from this chair one day.
That's crazy. The other night, you told me you could barely walk after we hung out. And so, like, I figured you would have for sure had to go to the doctor, Taylor. No? Never?
No.
Oh, okay. Never
Shake
mind.
it off.
That's a different kind of back shot.
Yeah, I know. He told me he blew his back out. I didn't know what he meant. I thought he meant, like, maybe he was lifting a table or something.
Shake it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you made it to the bachelor party okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No blown backs to the batch?
No problem at all.
Okay, great. That's great to hear. So the New Orleans Saints were practicing yesterday, and guys, like I said.
Oh my God.
Are we currently going through an economic collapse? Perhaps, right? Recession incoming, inflation's crazy, World War III on the docket. But Derek Carr went 10 of 15 at practice today. Let's go. Let's go. Continues to practice very well, Jake. I'm actually not exaggerating. That continues to be one of the things that all Saints writers are pointing out.
I said the same thing last year.
But it's different this year. It's better this year.
Cool.
But really, one of the other stories from yesterday, also at quarterback, and maybe the one that matters more, especially with Arizona coming up this Saturday in terms of things that you're going to want to watch in the Cardinals game. Jake Haener had to be held out of practice yesterday for the skin cancer treatment. Of course, like you said, it's not life-threatening. He'll be okay, but he did have to sit out, I guess, to get it removed, something along those lines. Well, that meant that Spencer Rattler got a ton of reps, and he apparently did really well, man. 15 to 19 on the day. Had a great 2-minute drill. A lot of this offense has the quarterback out on the run, getting outside the pocket and making throws on the run. Spencer Rattler's very talented. He's very good at that. He says it feels like a strength. And how about this? Reportedly, his best throw of the day, it was I can't remember who the completion was to, but it was a deep ball. But it came on a play, Jake, where the offensive line got blown up and Chase Young was like immediately in his face. And I'm like, well, I mean, you got to understand, this is the Bane thing, right? Like, you're not going to freak. If one thing, I don't think, now maybe once the contact comes in, but in terms of just getting in your face, you're not going to freak out Spencer Rattler. I mean, he just played 2 years at South Carolina where every single drop back, he had multiple defenders ready to kill him. Like this man was born in it, raised by the pressure, molded by it. And so he's not going to be freaked out with a couple of guys in his face in practice.
No, it is not going to be something that is new to him. And in fact, like when you look at what he does really well, which is he does handle that pressure. He made a lot of plays at South Carolina despite it. And what is your starter really bad at? When he is pressured. So it is a complete opposite of what Derek Carr is. Derek Carr does not do great under pressure. Now, I'm not saying that Spencer Rattler is going to thrive when he's running for his life. I'm not saying that, but he has made a ton of plays where he's had to pretty much catch the ball and get out of the pocket because it wasn't a clean pocket. No. So he's lived in that world. No surprise that, he would handle pressure as well as he does.
I was thinking about this. Tua Tagovailoa had Tuanon backing him up. Jameis Winston has Jameis 1 of 1. Where is Derek Carr's? Where's Derek Carr's Twitter support? Right? Like where are the Derek Carr believers to be found out there to irrationally defend him at all costs? If it's not out there, I am inviting anybody to join me in the creation of a splinter group known as Carfax, where we will just hit you with positive Derek Carr pieces of information 24/7. Now I need help in like putting together the Carfax. So if anybody wants to, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up in the chat here. Let's go ahead and start to compile a list of reasons to prove all the naysayers and all the haters wrong on why you should trust the Carfax and our guy, Derek Carr. Is anybody in this room want to join me on Team Carfax?
I'd really love to, but got a pretty full schedule.
Mm-hmm. Taylor?
So what kind of activities are we doing? I need to be sold on this a little bit.
We're never gonna
hope you like lemons.
We're never gonna meet in person. I do because I make lemonade.
That's what you're buying.
No, to make lemonade and sell it.
Never gonna meet in person sounds nice.
Yeah, we're never gonna meet in person. We won't even meet virtually. Honestly, all we're going to do is create a text group called Carfax, or maybe a Discord server or something, where we just put positive Derek Carr information in there as to try to prove. Like Derek Carr's got, Jameis 101 was always talking about what? Jameis derangement syndrome. In politics, they're always talking about Trump derangement syndrome. Y'all have Derek Carr derangement syndrome, okay? Y'all ignore so much good just to fit your narratives. You try to force reality into the lens in which you view life through, okay? And here at Carfax, we're going to force you to confront the truth, which is that this is the top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Trust the Carfax.
Ooh, I like carpoolers better.
Hey, I didn't ask you. Okay, Alondra? You said you didn't want to be a part of the group. So you can shut up.
Didn't you? Didn't you ask the chat?
No, I asked them for Carfax. I didn't ask for a name here.
All right,
okay?
bro.
This is not a carocracy. It's a cartatorship. Okay?
Then do you.
And I am, see, hi, Kata.
No, they were about to get me with the carpoolers.
Like in your heart of hearts, you believe that.
I believe the Carfax says it. Yes. Yes. I believe last year he had the 12th best QB rating in the NFL.
Where was he in QBR? Which is now the stat that's kind of replaced.
A flawed statistic, to be sure.
I'm pretty sure I've heard you say that quarterback rating was flawed before.
Yeah, QBR, exactly. The only thing that I think is not flawed is yards per attempt. And granted, our guy was not great there last year.
I was about to say, is that where you
he needs to get better there, but that's not one of the Carr facts. Okay, that's not a Carr fact, so that's fine. And some other good news from Saints practice. Saints O-line and D-line did some 2v2s, Jake, which I always appreciate because I thought it was always kind of more realistic in some ways than 1v1s because it's like the D linemen are actually having to deal with a bit of chaos and a bit of wash, not just like free three-way goes. And how about this? Penning and Cesar Ruiz won both reps against Cam Jordan and Carl Granderson. Love to see that.
Yeah.
And I got a new name for you. You're going to love this guy, Jake. UDFA offensive lineman Kyle Hergel. Okay? This is a cat who started 54 games in college. He was a 4-year starter at North Dakota, then Texas State. He played his 5th year at Boston College. He's a little undersized at 6'2", 315, but they gave him some reps with the first team, and he beat both Chase Young and Brian Brzee. And this is a cat who, again, a little undersized, but definitely has those. I mean, that
315, you're good. I mean,
you're good on the interior.
Low man still wins there.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm just saying, I'm saying the undersized part and to paint a picture of a guy who's maybe constantly been doubted.
Yeah.
And grind his way up again from North Dakota to Texas State, then to Boston College, now to having some juice to maybe make an NFL roster. So, like, not that you're going to notice him Saturday, but I'll be watching some Hergel on Saturday. I'm really excited. Like, what are we most looking forward to the Cardinals preseason game? Because for me, I know this is chalk, but it's got to be Haener and Rattler, right? Both proving that the Saints don't need to go get a veteran, but then also that, like, who's going to be better out of the two?
For me, I am watching Lucas Patrick. I'm watching Hergel, like you just said. I'm watching Trevor Penning. I'm looking at the offensive line. Like, I kind of know what Landon Young is by this point. I kind of know what you're going to get. But, bringing in a Lucas Patrick who looks like he might start at left guard, I want to see what they look like together. So I am all on the offensive line here. Mason Tipton would be probably another one to see if he can continue to impress in training camp, or is it just another nice camp story early the first 2 weeks in, or can he go out there and do it against an opponent?
People don't seem to think that Tipton is too fluky here. So again, you're right, Jake. The preseason seems like a great time to prove that. You mentioned Lucas Patrick, and that was one of the big takeaways from the first unofficial depth chart. Now, of course, Nick Saldiveri's been dealing with injury, but it looks like we have a potential Wally Pippin on our hands as Lucas Patrick's done well, and he's done well enough to where I don't know that Saldiveri's just going to come back in and get that starting job. A little side note here, Lucas Patrick also listed as the second-string center, Jake. So if something were to happen to Eric McCoy, then, Saldiveri obviously slots in there at left guard, and Patrick would move over. I think D-end is going to be very interesting, the other reps we got, because right now on the depth chart, it is Cam Jordan as your left end, and then a right defensive end, it is classic slash, Carl Granderson / Chase Young. How do you manage those reps? Will it be is it a situation where does Cam Jordan play the early downs and Chase Young and Granderson come on late? Does Cam Jordan only play first down? Does Cam Jordan play less reps than the other two? I don't know exactly, but 3 guys for 2 positions that you feel good about the 3, that's going to be something that's very interesting to watch.
I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the year if it's Carl Granderson, Chase Young lead in snaps, and then it's Cam Jordan third.
Yeah.
And not like a, hey, you got bench type situation. I think Cam Jordan understands where he's at in his career, understands that a good rotation maybe can get him an extra year, maybe even 2. He doesn't have to go out there and be an Ironman. Does that mean that he doesn't want to play? No, it doesn't. But he also can be a smart football player, which he is. He can be a smart veteran.
And he's been an Ironman for
he has. And he doesn't have to if
decade.
Chase Young is healthy. So that's best for him. It's best for the team as well. So, no, that wouldn't be surprising at all. But it does depend on Chase Young and his health.
Your boy, Adam Prentice, holding on to fullback 1 for now, Jake.
I'm more rooting for Xander Horvath to win the fullback job. But
why? Because he sounds like he's from Dune? It's a great name, Xander Horvath. Sounds like he's a magistrate
He was actually
from
drafted.
the planet Arrakis.
He got drafted by the Chargers a couple of years ago. He was really good at Purdue. They gave him a chance to run the ball a ton, certainly for a fullback. He had like 400-something yards rushing, I think, 2 different times. I think he just brings more versatility. I think he's more in the use-check mold than Adam Prentice is. So I think Xander Horvath's somebody that does end up winning that job. They'll keep him, and then Taysom will also be another fullback.
Hey, Xander, your mother's a Horvath. You think anybody ever told him that on the playground?
Yeah, probably.
Taylor, you're about to fall asleep, so I need you to shut up and drink a NOS, okay? I was just looking at your eyes, and they were weighing heavier than Nathan Shepard's gut. I don't know why he went at Nathan Shepard.
Yeah, whoa.
Catch it straight.
I don't know. I was going to talk about Brian Brzee still being behind Nathan Shepard, who's having a very good camp, and Brzee probably needs to just do a little bit better against the run. He's still very good at pass rushing, but then Taylor's just triggering me because I saw his eyes like half open back there.
No, I mean, that would be
what
the
is
thing
this, your first bachelor party?
Yeah, it's like your 7th
No,
since I've
I'm
known
married.
you.
Exactly. So wake the hell up. Where's your NOS?
It's right here in front of me. I
Chug it.
thought I was
They
fine.
didn't even do
I'm going to
anything.
open your mouth and pour that NOS down your throat during the break.
Chug.
Can you shotgun it? Well, no, it's already open.
Yeah, it's already open. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, that's the thing to watch for me is the defensive tackle, the interior of the D-line. Because, like, you got talent on the outside of Brian Brzee, like, Nathan
I don't know.
Shepard's
Nathan Shepard was
fine.
pretty damn good last year. And
He
Kalen
was
Saunders
good.
wasn't bad either, dude. I
Kalen
think
Saunders
that
was
group was
good,
actually
but
pretty solid.
I would like to see how the rotation plays.
I agree. I mean, you know, ideally you want Brzee to be your every down guy. But he brings so much value in the pass rush game that if he's not going to be every down, then that's okay. Let's see if anybody. Okay. I do kind of like Carney's. I think I'm already married to Carfax, but I do like Carney's quite a bit because to go this all out, yeah, exactly. To be this all out supportive of Derek Carr, you have to be a little weird, right? And so Carney's maybe okay. We'll take Carney. We'll take Carney's under consideration. Oh, not a bad idea, Alondra. There we go. Hell yeah. T-shirts,
Oh,
Carney's.
Yeah, I'm not buying one, but y'all can.
No, but we can make it
Yeah.
to make a little revenue off of it.
Yeah.
DJ Drama says the Carfax came back
There's
bad.
going to be 4 purchases.
Yeah.
T-Bob is going to buy one, and he's going to buy 3 for his children.
Major underlying issues, over 200,000 miles, faulty timing belt for sure. Shoebank says one previous owner reports flood damage, leaking head gasket when under pressure. This is a salvage title. Whatever, dog. Look, none of y'all
Cardiac arrest
are in the Carfax. The only one allowed in is Edward O., the Nuss Bus driver. He says, you could swear Carr's the worst QB in the way Saints fans crap on him. Bree spoiled the hell out of y'all. I agree. Show me the Carfax.
I know Taylor's tired because we've gotten one take from him, and it was the one that he just gave, and it was very tame.
Yeah. Where's all your takes?
Taryn Cloth, Kristen Nuss earlier in the show. We let things off there.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Taylor's hanging by a thread.
I'm not just going to interrupt.
And
I
they
mean, we're
didn't
just
have
gonna
like
chill.
a crazy weekend.
Acting like Bill Paxton and True Lies selling that car. I forgot another great Bill Paxton.
Oh,
best part of that movie is like when he's driving and it like looks like he punches him, and then it cuts back and it was just like in his mind or whatever. They're driving in the sports car.
Yeah, that's a great movie. James Cameron.
Yep, it is James Cameron. And Arnold.
Shout out Tom Arnold.
And Tom Arnold.
Hadn't thought about him in a long time.
Hey, shout out best damn sports show. Period.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
How about that?
Fox, right?
Yeah, Arnold, Sally, I believe, was on it.
Chris Rose?
Yes. Yeah, Chris Rose.
This is, cobwebs are coming off here.
Chris Rose is like a classic late 90s, early 2000s sports white guy.
He's still hanging out.
Oh, no, I know. But, like, that's what I think of as his, like, peak where he's on, like, MLB Network now, maybe, I believe.
Something like that.
Actually, this is why did the MLB get rid of Chris Rose? I don't know.
He's on, like, was it John Boy, I think? I don't know. But good call by you. Best damn sports show, period. So edgy at the time.
Never mind, Edward O. not allowed in the Carfax. He says, T-Bob, I'm not saying he's a good quarterback. He's mid. He needs a piece around him to succeed.
True.
Can I get one person in the chat to be a Carney with me? Come on, baby. Where are my Carneys at? It's all we need. Okay, I just need one. That's how any great revolution starts. Like, are y'all dumb? He's not that bad.
I like how you just always call us all dumb when we don't agree with you.
Yeah, that's like the duh. It's the most basic.
And you're the only one in this room that
when you
feels that
disagree
way.
with people, do you think they're smart?
I don't call them dumb.
In your head, you don't?
No, not
Am I
really.
just brave enough to be honest?
I guess so.
So when you disagree with people, you don't think that other opinion's dumb?
I don't know, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Okay. I didn't say you weren't entitled to dumb opinions, did I?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Don't lie, Landry. You're lying right now. I know you, okay? I know you take an aggressive bent towards humanity. You're a little feisty. You disagree with people. I refuse to believe that in your head you just have this peaceful disagreement where you're like, well, I recognize where they're coming from. And while I disagree, you know, I certainly understand. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't, but the majority of the time you're like, that's dumb. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think that Taylor's dumb when he says stuff that you think is dumb?
I hate to agree with T-Bub on this, but yeah, I feel like everybody's like that.
Yeah.
But you're the only one.
I'm just speaking my truth. Okay? Good. Call me
you got
dumb.
one. You got one.
Okay, hell
Carr
yeah.
is not the worst.
Yeah, that's okay. Chris Venable, welcome. Chris Little says, T-Bob, I'll ride with you so long as we can hate on Caleb Williams with the same fervor. I don't have a lot of animus for Caleb Williams, but sure.
Tell you what, if Chris wants to do that, I'll jump on with him.
Wait, so this is such a weird exchange to bring y'all over to my side. I just have to like crap on Caleb Williams? Why do we hate Caleb Williams so much?
You know how I feel about Caleb Williams. So.
I know, but yeah, I guess, sure. Okay. I got no allegiance to Caleb Williams.
Chris Little has sold me. I'll jump on.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Carney's, baby. It all starts right here. Hold the mayo. You're in. Come on, baby. We're going to try to recruit him in an hour here.
He is not. You're gonna get on board.
No, there's no chance.
No. He might be the leader of the anti-Carr faction. My man's out here trying to get Spencer Rattler to be your starting quarterback. All right, we've got very long. When we get back, let's what are we going to get to?
Let's get to the top 25 that we've been teasing for a while.
Yeah, let's get to Coach Bowl. Top 25. We got our first college football Coach Bowl coming up next here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, Tyler Dunham says Carr will be top 10. Welcome to the Carney Club, Tyler. I need like a Carney Club sounder. We up big. We're as up as I am down in real life. You'll always be up when you go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota, and look, man, you're going to unlock your potential. You're going to get what you and your family needs. And look, maybe that's buying something brand new. Maybe it's leasing. Maybe it's renting. Maybe it's buying a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get excellent warranty coverage. Either way, All-Star Toyota has the answer for you from a price and selection standpoint. Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
When you go to the website, remember, you're buying new, you're leasing, or you're renting, everything is available. So if you're looking to rent for football season, take that trip, remember, everything is an option for you. Go to the website today to find the best option for you at allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Carney's where we at?
Changed. It's officially changed to Carney's.
Yes. So our group will be called the Carneys.
What we do is Carfax.
Yes,
Okay.
but we list out the Carfax.
I got you.
The Carneys
I
give
like
you
that.
the Carfax. You don't get to say we, though, Taylor. You're definitely not in the crew. Like, the only way to get you to say something positive about Dak Prescott would be to say that Derek Carr is as good as him.
We talked about this during break. That's not necessarily true.
Okay, so you agree. Derek Carr is basically as good as Dak Prescott.
No, not quite.
Exactly.
I don't know if that was nice towards Dak either, though. So.
Rowdy Stewart says, I'm down. Let's roll, T-Bob. Welcome to the Carney Club, Rowdy. We'll have monthly get-togethers at Chipotle to celebrate the first place that Derek Carr ever ate at in New Orleans.
God, if that wasn't a red flag.
Wait, where?
Chipotle.
What?
I like Chipotle,
I love
but come
Chipotle,
on.
but seriously,
Chipotle's great.
bro.
I went
At
to
least go to Willie's
I went to
Chicken.
Moe's recently, and it was like because I was on a road trip or something, and it was just garbage. I used to love Moe's too, and I was like, wow, Chipotle really came in and kind of like smashed y'all's quick service burrito game. Why is that? What are you laughing about?
People are just like, Chipotle cornered the market.
Yeah, I mean, they did, though. I mean, I was shocked because, like, I loved Moe's in high school, right? You walk in, welcome to Moe's. You're like, oh, hey, it's my guys.
Now they're like, welcome to Moe's. T-Bob's like, hey.
Like, shut up. Cook some better food, nerd.
Dang.
Top 25. And Izzo's, yeah, I'll always go to the locals option. Izzo's over Chipotle. I used to smash illegal burritos in college. You know what an absurd thing that is? How many calories are in illegal? Probably like 7,000.
Depends on the meat, but a lot.
God, you would be thinking about the meat first, wouldn't you? Of all those ingredients, and there's
isn't
only
that
one
the
place that Tay-Tay's
first
head
thing
goes.
you literally tell them.
Tay-Tay's
what kind of meat
head
you want?
straight to the meat. All right, Taylor, bring up the top 25. So this is the coaches poll, which I think isn't it like the SIDs kind of voted on this normally.
So I know
within
I know like in the season it is, but preseason I can imagine that they actually put a little input into it. I'm not saying they sat there and went 1 through 25.
Look, SIDs, no. I'm not saying that's like a bad opinion. I find it hard to believe that these coaches are like sitting there filling out their ballots. But no surprise here. The top 5, Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Alabama. Number 6, Ole Miss, which is funny because on that 30 teams with a 10% chance or better to make the playoffs, Ole Miss was like 18. It was one of the big kind of disconnects in that list, Jake. But Ole Miss at 6, Notre Dame at 7, Michigan 8, Penn State 9, Florida State 10. So you got to go all the way to 10 before you get outside the SEC and the Big Ten. Well, besides Notre Dame. Mizzou 11 and LSU at 12. So there again, we see just how on the edge LSU is. We mentioned it yesterday. Vegas has your over-under at 9.5 wins. If you look in the document, Taylor, if you go on CBS Sports Twitter, it's probably a more friendly format for this. So the 9.5 win total, Jake, a favorite in all but one game. And now you would be the second team out of a 12-team playoff if these were the final rankings for the season. Because Utah would jump you from the Big 12.
Yeah, they'd be a top 4, yeah.
And
Group of 5.
In the Group of 5, yeah.
One of the things that stood out, like if we're going away real quick from LSU, because we talked about it yesterday, that group of teams for Alabama, Missouri, LSU, Tennessee. I think Alabama's a little high here, but Missouri 11, LSU 12, Tennessee 15 kind of plays into what we were talking about with that group of being in Oklahoma 16, although again, Oklahoma's schedule. But initial thoughts on the top 10, I kind of was like, okay, well, I want to go back to see where they finished last year compared to where they are in the preseason. Michigan finished 1. They're at number 8. If we jump to Texas, they finished 3rd. They're number 4. UGA finished 4th. They're 1. Bama, 5 and 5. So right on the same level. Florida State 6. Now they're 10. Oregon 7. Now they're 3. Mizzou 8. Now 11. Ole Miss 9. Now they're 6. Ohio State 10. Now they're 2. So pretty much the same. Even Ohio State, a big jump from 10 to 2, still a top 10 team.
Yeah, not hard to see
so
why.
all of those teams kind of live in the same area, basically in the top 10. Washington, who finished number 2, unranked.
Yeah.
Like, think how wild that is. They know, like, and I know what they lost. They've got basically like 5 returning starters, new coach, new complete staff. You lose all your Sunday players. I thought they would give them an attaboy, though, like a little token of, hey, we appreciate you from last year. Like TCU got. They were 17th, I think, in the preseason poll a year ago. They had the same thing. Now they had Sonny Dykes back, but they lost all of their Sunday players. Washington went from number 2 to completely unranked.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that I get it, but again, I do think with Washington, we are seeing we're seeing something that we've really never seen before. I'm trying to find my exact numbers from so I talked about this kind of recently on a episode of Snaps, because what Washington is doing in terms of remaking that team is legitimately unprecedented. There's never been this much turnover from.
They're 132nd in returning experience of what 133 now. So are we up to 134?
Okay, here we go. I got it. 46 new scholarship players, Jake. An entirely new coaching staff, an entirely new training staff, an entirely new nutrition staff. 21 of 22 new starters. 4 players on the team have recorded 1 start from Washington. That's it. Only 36% of their production returning. How about this? Out of their top 11 receivers last year, 10 of them are gone.
Yeah.
10 of the 11 players that caught passes. So a complete reboot of the program as college football reboots. Now, I like Jed Fish, Will Rogers, okay, we've seen him, but like, yeah, I just don't know. I mean, good for Will Rogers, though. Should be way better than having to go through the Zach Arnett. But no, I feel for them, but I guess I do understand it from that perspective.
Yeah, and again, I'm not saying they should be ranked, but it is just wild to think a team that finished second had so much change and loses so much that they go from finishing second. Again, TCU, same situation. They lost everybody. They gave them hey, here's a token.
Yeah.
17th. They got none of that. They weren't even ranked. And there is so, I mean, you're starting over at offensive line, running back, quarterback, receiver, everywhere. You lost even like the guys outside of, I think Carson Bruner's like the only guy that played last year. And Carson's dad played at Washington. He's from Seattle. Like I remember talking to him during the semifinal and finals last year at media days. So like he's as Washington can be. So he stayed. That's about it.
Yeah, I could switch USC and Washington if you wanted to.
Again, I'm not even really trying to make the case. It's just something that stood out to me.
I was ranked way too low at 25. That's inexcusable. I mean, this team that won 10 games last year, they should be better offensively. Return Cade McNamara, new OC, offensive line coming back. Don't agree with that.
Returning production's like 4th in the country, too.
And they went 10-2.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's very funny to see A&M and Miami right next to each other at 19 and 20, right? The two schools that just we keep trying to say, are they good? Are they back? They have all the talent, but just can't get it done, which will be true. By the way, guys, I am officially announcing I'm on Team Miami now.
Christ.
Yep. Let's go Canes, baby. It's all about the U. Why? Because there are 3 Ogeron coaches on the team. That's right. Coach O and his 2 boys now all employed by the University of Miami. What happened the last time Coach O coached there? Kicking ass, late 80s, early 90s. Okay? The U. It's coming back. This is Mario Cristobal's year. He is the Steve Sarkisian of this season.
Okay.
Cristobal finally breaks through. Screw all of y'all who've been calling him Christofraud for years now. Okay? Because
that'd be you.
That was me. I made that up, so I apologize. Because I am now firmly Team Miami. Go Canes.
Don't do this to yourself.
All 3 of them. How about that? Oh. I learned the other day, I was talking to my old man, and
I knew one was there a year ago.
Yeah, he was talking to Ed, and he was talking about how cool it is because now all 3 of them are on the same coach staff. And I'm like, you know what? Blood's thicker than water. Remember we talked about that the other day? And yeah, I am. I'm rolling with Coach O and the Canes.
Okay, all right.
Anybody want to join me on that train? Caniacs?
It's easier marketing. I would rather support you in this than the Carfax or the Carnies.
Yeah, well, either one. Yeah, Carnies we stay loaded with Carfax. It's like 2-0. Look, 2-0 worked for Tua. What's to say that we can't change the game with Carfax?
Completions, touchdowns.
Yeah, to say there's like a good argument for Tua for like defending.
Not at the time. There wasn't. Not at the time. He was awful.
So.
He was awful. Right. He was awful. He was way worse than Derek Carr was. And look, it worked out for Tua.
I need you to crystal ball.
Yeah, there we go.
On this train.
Miami's going to go 10-2 and win the ACC. You heard it here first, guys.
I need to look at their schedule.
You heard it here first, guys.
Here. All right, quickly. At Florida A&M, Ball State.
Win.
I don't.
Ooh, I might actually.
At South Florida.
That's kind of maybe a toss. I mean, look, all these could be considered toss-ups.
Virginia
Miami
Tech.
That we know.
At Cal. At
Virginia
Louisville.
Tech's at home.
Yeah, but I think Virginia Tech wins that game.
Yeah, but Virginia Tech's at home. In Miami, home field advantage.
Yeah, big home field advantage there in Miami.
At least 200 people there.
At Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, at Syracuse. All right, the schedule's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
I'll give you that. You're going to lose
really not.
one of the 2 games against Florida or South Florida. You're going to lose to Virginia Tech, and you're going to lose to Florida State 9-3.
I can go 9-3.
9-3.
I can get on board with 9-3.
Krista Fraud is back. Let's go. Also, we love Coach O.
Take a knee. When you're up and you can take a knee to end the game, take a knee.
They're going to go 8-4. They always lose to a team they shouldn't.
Ooh. I can actually get
They
behind
do
9-3,
every
though.
year.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, hold on. We got to go to break. We're going long. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Trash Rangers, TrashRangersLLC.com for all of your waste management needs. If you live in Livingston or Ascension, you need your residential needs taken care of. Well, look, they got you, man. Switch to the red cans. They text you the night before when they're coming out to your home. You never forget to put it out again. They're efficient. They are reliable. They give it in. You're a business owner. Well, guess what? So are they. And they're local as well. So they understand the needs of business, how flexible you need it to be, and they're going to work with you to find exactly what you need. If that's front load dumpster you need emptied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 days a week, they got you. Head over to TrashRangersLLC.com today.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you'll see what T-Bob's talking about. Now, we always tell you what they can do for you in the trash pickup game. Those weekly text reminders, I mean, what a service. I wish I had that because it is like every single week, but you can't have that with Trash Rangers. Roll-off dumpsters anywhere in the Baton Rouge area, TrashRangersLLC.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I'm calling my shot now, Coach O. If things do go awry, he's their Petrino, you know? Kristen Frog gets fired, then you hire the greatest interim coach of all time. But I don't think it's going to come to that.
I was about to say, you're about to contradict yourself here.
Chris Sarkisian is what I call him coming into this year. Jake, any other top 25 takeaways?
So you start to look at the Big 12, and I think they're getting a little disrespected. Utah is the top-rated team at number 13. You've got K-State at 17, Oklahoma State at 18. You've got Arizona at 21 and Kansas at 24. I think the Big 12 is going to be really good this year. I don't think it's going to be just fun because it's going to be a lot of okay teams battling against each other. I actually think they have some teams that can make some real noise in a 12-team playoff. I think the quarterbacks in this league are really good.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Cam Rising and Noah Fafita and Avery Johnson, and the potential of the Big 12 is going to be one of the things that is going to be.
Jalen Daniels, don't leave Kansas out there, Bull.
I mean, you mean to list every quarterback?
I'm just saying.
I listed Kansas already.
I'm saying if you give Avery Johnson love, you got to give Jalen Daniels love. Agree or disagree? Agree or disagree?
No.
Well, I'm in a hard disagree with you.
I'm just listening. I mean, I didn't. Garrett Green. You mean go keep going?
Thank you for mentioning Garrett Green, actually. Me and Taylor both appreciate that.
Okay, let me go. KJ Jefferson at UCF?
No, I don't need that.
He almost beat LSU last year.
No.
Anybody else you want me to mention?
No,
Cincinnati.
I think you hit it.
Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur
Sanders plays for Colorado.
You should mention Shedeur,
definitely
actually.
mention him. So
I don't know who Colorado State is, so you're good there.
Colorado State's not in the Big 12, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, they're in like the Mountain West or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So good quarterbacks.
Look, Jalen Daniels. That's all I'm saying, bro. He's good.
I didn't list everybody.
I know.
Shedeur Sanders
you said Avery Johnson. You got to say Jalen
probably
Daniels.
the best. I don't have to.
Say Garrett Green.
No, I mean, can Jalen Daniels play more than 4 games?
Hey, okay, relax now. Now you're getting chippy against Jalen
Jason
Daniels
Bean's
for no
been
reason.
having to step in for like the last 7 years, it feels like.
Bean's always like frisky, but never like consistently good.
Yeah, I know. He'd make a play and be like, okay. And then you make a play, but ooh.
Yeah.
But honestly, for the quarterbacks alone, I really do think that not only we know they're going to get a top 4 spot in the playoff, but I think it is going to be deserved. I think if you go through the grind of the Big 12, because there's like 7 or 8 teams, we could all make a case for them potentially winning the conference. It's going to be deserved. I think the quarterback play is going to be at a very high level. You know I love Utah. Brent Keithy's now back fully healthy at tight end for the Utes as well. Oklahoma State's got one of the best offensive lines in the country. They had the best running back in the country. So I think starting at 13 is a little disrespectful, but it is all going to play out and be okay because you're going to get top 4 spot.
Yeah, I think the problem is that like we'll see how good they are in relation to the rest of the country, but they are pretty close with one another and they will beat each other. And so I think they might struggle to get 2 teams in.
Yeah, they're probably not going to get 2 because of that. They are truly going to beat up on each other, but whatever that team is, and it's going to be 4. We know how it works out. It's probably going to be 4, but they are going to get a bye, and I'm just saying they're going to have a chance to win a playoff game. It's not going to be one and done, just roll the helmets out there type situation.
All right, when we get back, let's wrap up hour number 2 of OTB. We got Nick Underhill kicking off hour 3, then Hold the Mayo. We still got a Tay story. We're going to leave a lot on the table today. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go Tommy's. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GEAUXTommys.com. GEAUXTommys.com. I mean, you go on the website and you can look at the window drop-down menu. It's got your window installation process, explains the lifetime warranty, and the energy efficiency that you can gain. You go right on the door slider, door installation, door spliers, any type of door. You go under the siding. You have siding lifetime warranty. Learn about the siding installation process. And again, energy efficiency. Remember that, look, there are 5 reasons to choose Tommy's. Fully licensed, insured, over 25 years worth of experience working throughout Louisiana. Won the Angie Super Service Award 7 years in a row. 8 now. And provide free estimates. So make the bid on your next project, Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Remember, you can go to the website, check out that gallery of work, but you're going to be impressed by it, but don't worry. They can do any custom job that you have as well. They can truly do it all. Go to the website today, gotommys.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, Taylor hanging out with you today. Just broke down a little coaches top 25 poll. Oh, do you have that Deion Sanders sound? I have it in the 8:30. Do you have it loaded up, Taylor? All right, get it to me in 2 seconds then. Because imagine this. Deion had a soundbite that garnered a reaction. Real quick, while Taylor's getting that.
Saying that though, it wasn't like I have never gone off on any sound that he's ever had. But
I didn't mean it like that. I just mean that like Deion, he does have a habit of doing this. RejuveMeMedical.com, restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You want to feel younger, reach your full potential, feel like your best self. You want to fight the untreated effects of aging, like you do with your home or your vehicle or anything else in life, your computer. You do upkeep on all these things. Why not on your body? Why not go get that free consultation where they draw your labs and your body tells them where it's strong, where it's deficient, and then they customize a plan for you to get you where you want to be. Maybe it's HRT, maybe it's semaglutide, maybe it's not, okay? But they have a ton of different services, okay? And it's all there under one roof. So mood, memory problems, energy, insomnia, facial aging, andropause, menopause, all of these are fightable at Rejuve Me Medical. Here is Deion Sanders at Colorado Buffalo's fall camp.
Pads, we having contact. Take care of you guys. Like I'm gonna tell you, do not touch the receivers. Don't get near the quarterback and leave Travis alone. We got that?
Sir.
We understand that?
Sir.
I'm not playing favors. I'm just being 100. It is what it is. When you get to the next level, every quarterback is worth $250 million, right? You think they're gonna let you touch it? All right, so let's play like we're on the next level.
Hell yeah. I agree. Don't hurt your star players.
Don't touch the quarterback's obvious. You don't have to say it like that. Like, there's a better way to say it than that. Like, I don't care how much. I'm not in the NFL. Like, I don't care about that. Like, it's obvious. They have a different color jersey on. Don't touch him. Duh. Like, to single out Travis Hunter, like, I ain't never heard that before.
He's a superstar.
I ain't never heard. I don't care.
If you can't touch a quarterback, why should he be able to touch Travis Hunter?
Because every receiver, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, all across the Ponderosa, they got jammed by corners, right? They were safeties were trying to, when they go up for the football, trying to give them a little nudge to feel their impact there. I've never heard.
I took it to mean it's like don't tackle.
No. Don't touch, he said. He said don't touch.
I mean, I
No.
can't believe that he means don't touch. I mean that, like, I thought he meant, like, don't tackle, like, don't go out of your way to, like.
And the quarterback stuff, man, that's like what you like to single out a player. I just don't think I've ever heard that. Like, and I know what he means to Colorado. I get that, but there's just a better way to say that. And look, for Travis Hunter, he's got to have some physicality. He's got to be able to go out there and know that the team he plays week 1, North Dakota State, is one of the most physical football teams.
Yeah.
I don't care, FBS, FCS, NAIA, Division II, Division III, junior college. They are going to come after you, and you need to be ready for that. So, look, stay out the quarterback's the obvious one. That's why they wear a different color jersey. But there is every other player, no, to a point, at the point of attack, we are going to be physical. We're not going to tackle. Nobody gets tackled except the running back. They always get tackled.
Now,
outside of that, no.
I would say though that, I mean, Travis Hunter is tough. Like, it's not a reflection of him.
Not saying he wasn't.
He played over 100 snaps, multiple games last year. He got lit up in that Colorado State game when everybody else was trying to cry foul. He was like, man, that's just football. But it is true. I've never heard a coach be this blatant with it. I kind of understand it. We'll see though. Deion's stock significantly cooled since those first 3 games last season. As Taylor shakes his head in fury. So angry at Coach Prime. All right, Nick Underhill leading off hour 3.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com, KTOZblinds.com. The reason why there's so much sound popping off during these shows recently is training camps are back. Football is back, okay? And the games are about to start in a little less than a month. So act now if you want to take your football viewing at home to the next level. Let's say you got a grill outside. Maybe you got a little TV set out up there. What are you missing? You're missing shade. You're missing some way of staying cool. That's where K to Z comes in. Let them give you that drop-down exterior shading like Jacob, okay? It's a game changer. And it's at K to Z. K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com.
I can't tell you how much it changes the game. I mean, that's not lip service from T-Bob. Like, it truly is. It has been so damn hot outside. But when we drop that shade, it completely changes the temperature of the interior of our home. The exterior as well. Like, if you're out there trying to enjoy the game, you're trying to do all the things that you built the outdoor space for, you can only do it with that exterior shade. K2ZBlinds.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $20,000 off the powerful Ram truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is really worth. I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, August 6th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of 99. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football at 9 a.m. Then Devin Snowhops on the show at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let me go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo! What's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour number 3. Shout out my guy, Dabo Saban, on Twitter. Noted Carney, hitting us with some Carr facts.
Oh, Christ.
Derek Carr's record in 2024, 1-0. Notable QB records in 2024, Tua Tagovailoa, 0-2. Jalen Hurts, 0-2. Lamar Jackson, 1-1. The Atlanta Falcons, 0-1. And yet here Derek Carr sits undefeated in 2024. Okay? Show some freaking respect, nerds. Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football. Welcome to the program. How's sunny California going?
It's going good, man. Everything's good out here. Offense is starting to look a little bit better. Team's starting to come together a little bit more. So yeah, everything's good.
Nick, so we, I was thinking about it in the shower last night, and
sure,
Tua Tagovailoa has Tuanon, right?
Sure.
He had Tuanon defending him constantly against slander. Jameis Winston had Jameis 1-of-1, a veritable insane one-man army. I mean, actually legitimately insane when you look at some of the conspiracy stuff. And so I want to start the Carnies, and we're going to hit people with the Carr facts. So give us the Carr facts on yesterday's practice, because my guy sounds like he's practicing pretty damn well.
Yeah, 10 to 15 yesterday. I had a really good, really efficient day. Had a really good they did a drill down to practice, minute 15, got to drive down, get some points, end of game situation, need a field goal. I mean, he handled that 2 days ago. Had another successful 2-minute drill, went down the field, scored. I mean, he's doing the stuff he needs to do in this practice. And I think the thing that's most exciting about what Carr's got going on is that, the connection with Olave is looking pretty good. I mean, 6 catches yesterday. End of the season last year, we saw it too. So it feels like a continuation of that, building on it a little bit. And I think it's looked pretty good overall. Again, it's you told me to hold the disclaimers last time, but it's practice, no pressure. I mean, so let's see if there's, how it looks when there's pressure and all that stuff on him when it's actually going. But I mean, I think it's theoretically at least within the realm of possibility that getting him in a better offensive system is going to lead to better results. I mean, that's something that I think, whether you're predisposed to, the hate, don't want to believe, or you're the leader of the Carr cadets.
Yeah, the Carnies. The Carnies.
The Carnies.
The Carnies.
All right. well, whether you're the leader, I mean, like, it's something that you have to allow to be possible. So he might be better in this offense. I thought he was, pretty solid last year. I mean, too inconsistent, obviously, but it's possible that he could be a little bit better in this. And I like the results early on. I think the system looks pretty good. It feels like he fits it pretty good. When you add in that pass rush, we'll see. I mean, my biggest concern with the team still is that offensive line. So
yeah,
that might be tough. But overall, I think he's doing the things he needs to do in this game.
So, speaking of the O-line, well, it's pretty interesting. Lucas Patrick's there. I like the UDFA guy, kid from Boston College we talked about earlier in the show. But I want to talk about the rushing attack, Nick. Now, that can also be something that's a bit tough to parse during camp, right? I mean, you're not having live tackling, but I've been reading that maybe it looks like there's been some big holes, like this more diverse attack is creating opportunity. What's been your read on how the run game has looked under Coops?
So far, so good. I mean, like you said, it looks like they're moving the ball well there. It looks like the offensive line is opening those holes. And I think they have the right running backs with the right type of patience and vision to kind of take advantage of going, full bore on this type of scheme. Now, like, it isn't entirely new, but I think it's fair to say that it might be being, taught better and executed a little bit better than I had previously, these outside zone runs. So, I mean, they do look good. I like Jordan Mims a lot. Like his and I'm interested to really see if that carries on into the preseason too. I mean, he's been really good. It's just like the patience and the vision, and it just seems like he's always making the right decisions. I think it's benefited Alvin quite a bit too. They got athletic offensive linemen. It is one area where I think Trevor Penning does look pretty good. Like, let him just kind of get out in space and hit some people. There's times where he misses his landmarks and stuff too. Like, it's obviously not perfect, but like when he's on, it looks pretty good. So if that's going good, I think that's another thing that helps Carr a lot too. I mean, they couldn't run. They were terrible running the ball last year, and everything builds off it, and that can help hide some of the offensive line issues in the pass blocking, since so much of this is off of play action. So it's really important. But so far, I do feel like that's been looking like it's trending in the right direction. But like you said, when they start hitting, we'll really find out.
Well, let's don't bury the lead. Speaking of running the ball, let's talk the fullback position battle like we're all wanting to know about. Adam Prentice, Xander Horvath, who has the lead there?
So it was Prentice in the beginning. It went back to Horvath, and it's gone back to Prentice in these practices. But I'm gonna ask you guys, like, look at the depth chart, the depth chart they put out yesterday. It feels like if you look at it, everything you see on the defensive side is kind of like exactly as you see it, and everything you see on the offensive side is like plausible, but it's not necessarily exactly how we've seen it in these practices, which leads me to believe that maybe they could possibly be like trying to use a little bit of gamesmanship on the offensive side of the ball. Yeah. I think it's a weird place to do it. I like it, at the fullback, a lot of people are probably like, well, who cares? Well, I think these two guys are vastly different, and I think one allows you to do some things and the other doesn't. And yeah, like, you can split out Prentice and do some stuff with him, run him on some routes, throw him the ball. But we saw kind of how that went last year. Like, he doesn't have the greatest hands in the world. Horvath kind of does. And I think if you have him, it opens up your possibilities, and maybe you wouldn't want people to prepare for it. I could be, way too, my third eye might be way too open on this one, but I kind of think that Horvath is going to win the job. And I feel like they're going to try to hide it, because that's something you kind of got to prepare for a little bit. And maybe if you flip it at the last second and don't really let people see it, maybe that's where it goes. But there's a few things on this depth chart that just kind of aren't what we've seen. The tight ends aren't listed. There's no way Jacobson's ahead of Holker. There's a couple things that on the wide receiver depth chart I don't think are true. I don't think Kendre Miller's ahead of Jordan Mims, even if healthy. There's a handful of things here, and I think that's one of them. I think they're going to try to hide it a little bit. So I don't know. Maybe I'm too far into the weeds here, but I kind of feel like that's the way he's trying to.
Hey, we know, like, carrying 4 running backs is really not done anymore in the NFL. Like, is Kendre Miller maybe in trouble here? I mean, I know he's a third-round pick just a year ago, but Jamal Williams, where he sits in his contract, Alvin Kamara, Jordan Mims. Like, is Kendre Miller in some trouble maybe of not even making the team?
I think Kendre Miller's, like, strongly on notice, big time. Like yeah, I mean, I think he's somebody that needs to make a case here. I really do, and it's kind of crazy to say that. I think he's far and away more talented than Mims and Jamal. Like we saw it last year. I think he could be really good, but I think they're incredibly frustrated with him right now. And all it would take is for him to get on the field, show the talent, and I think all that stuff maybe kind of evaporates quickly if he could find a way to be like consistently available. But he's got to figure out how to do that, and if he doesn't, I really do think that it's possible that. I think there's at least a little bit of heat on his seat. Like, does it fully ignite? I think that's to be determined. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the proper read of the situation.
Talking Nick Underhill, New Orleans football is the website, guys. Again, I cannot recommend enough. If you are a Saints fan or you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on, they got the entire team out there in California covering it, boots on the ground. Nick, it seems like with Jake Haener having to go get the skin cancer procedure, that Spencer Rattler really put his best foot forward with the increased reps. I've heard that he looks very good on the run. I enjoyed reading that his best of the day maybe came with Chase Young in his face, which I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, all he dealt with was defender in his face for the last 2 years at South Carolina. Is that your number one? Like, for me, it's very chalky, but that feels like maybe the most interesting thing to watch this Saturday against the Cardinals, even though I guess, to be fair, like maybe that has the least amount of impact on the regular season.
Oh, no, definitely the most. I mean, it's the thing I'm most eager to see because you got to see it in the game. Like, you absolutely have to see it in the game. I mean, it's just last year, Haener looked good all training camp and then got in the games and kind of wilted a little bit and changed the perception. So Rattler's got to go and show that he can do this when it actually matters. But I mean, man, he's been really good. And it's not you can't overhype. Like yesterday was 15 of 19 with a drop. I mean, you can't overhype that. Like it's just what happened. 2 days before that, he's 7 of 8 in team drills, 7 of the completions are touchdowns. I mean, you can't, for the completions or touchdowns, you can't overhype that. Like he looks really good out here. He keeps getting better. Like the progression has been kind of crazy. I thought mini camp, like there's a lot of stuff to work on. You go out here now, like he looks really, really polished. Like he's hitting a lot of throws. He has the best arm here. Like he has probably the best arm on any football field he steps on, unless there's 5 or 6 guys walking the earth that could probably throw a football better than him. It's interesting to me because like when I watched the college stuff, like it felt like the speed of how he was making decisions was kind of the thing that held him back a little bit. And it kind of felt like that needed to speed up. It looks like that stuff's happening faster, but I don't know if that's a product of being in camp. And if you get in the game, like maybe something, doesn't fire the same way as far as the decision making. But one of the things we hear about this offense is that it is supposed to make it easier for the quarterbacks to get through their reads, make decisions quickly, kind of like use the motion and the play action, all that stuff to like declare stuff early and kind of know where to go with the ball before it's snapped. And, maybe that's helped speed them up, but yeah, he looks good. Like I think he's a reason to be excited, but again, got to see it in the preseason games, but everything he could be doing to this point, like I feel like he's doing it the right way.
Nick, today, if the Saints were playing a regular season game, who would the third receiver be?
That's the biggest to be determined thing in camp. I think it would be Cedric Wilson. I think he's made more plays. He's been ahead of everyone. Man, Bob Memes might be 4th right now. Like, and A.T. Perry, I don't know. I think no one needs a bigger game than him. And maybe he's just a gamer. Like maybe when he gets out here and you ramp stuff up, he plays better. But it has been a quiet off season. He started to make a couple plays since he got called out last week by DA. I just don't think the frequency's enough. Mason Tipton maybe be in that mix in the top 4 too. I mean, he's somebody that I think we need to see it in the game. So he'd probably be ahead of Bob Means. I'd probably put him 4th. It's crazy. Like I feel like we've seen more of Stanley Morgan than AT to this point. Like he just needs to start making more plays and start flashing. And yeah, I mean it might be a gamer situation. weirdly enough, like Samson Nakua is coming here for a couple of days, and I feel like he's flashing like with more frequency. Like it just has been really quiet, and I feel like if he was the third, if you told me AT was the third guy on the team and he like earned that spot, I would feel significantly better about the prospects of the offense. But without him in that role, like that's a position that worries me a lot. And the thing that worries me about it is that I feel like you're putting a lot on Derek Carr, and I think you're a better offense if you're taking things off of Derek Carr's shoulders. And I just feel like that the weapons just all the way across the board on offense, it feels really, really thin.
Nick Underhill, NewOrleans.football is the website. He's out there in California. Nick, thank you so much, man. Enjoy this weekend's game, and I look forward to continuing to follow the work throughout the camp and throughout the week, but also hearing your NOLA Arizona breakdown after that is done. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right, Nick Underhill, the man. Coming up next, we got our guy Hold the Mayo for some spread lines. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You need a brand new vehicle? Why not go check out the selection over there? Also, they're right there off of Airline in Goodwood, very conveniently located. You can also custom order a new vehicle from them. You can also do it online at allstartoyota.com. There's also Toyota Express. What about a body shop? You get in an accident, you need to get your vehicle serviced. Well, all makes and models are welcome at All-Star, and so you just head over and see them today. That free professional estimate, take advantage of the excellent lines of communication, the shuttle service, the rental service, all of it and more. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, we've been telling you over the last couple of weeks, right? Summer vacations might be over, but if you've got a trip to go watch the Tigers play somewhere here, maybe it's in Gainesville, Fayetteville, College Station, maybe you're going to South Carolina, wherever it might be, go ahead and rent a Toyota. Get it reserved today. Everything is available, all makes and models. Go check those out, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the one star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. there are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, Villarreal, and Teleshop. Hanging out with you today. It is my pleasure to welcome on our guy, Dem Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, soon-to-be convert to the Carnies, to the Church of Derek, a man who will look at the Carfax and can only deny them for so long. Dev, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Not a lot. Y'all can hear me, huh?
Yeah, we got you. You sound great. Look great.
Right.
That AT&T fiber is killing it.
Crystal clear.
Let's go, baby. I feel rebaptized. Hey, I know a lot about Carfaxes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Had my fans checks.
Yeah. You slung some cars before.
Would you
Let
call
me tell you
Derek
something
Carr
about this
a lemon?
Carfax.
Would you call him a lemon?
Tell me about this Carfax.
Frame damage. Okay?
No.
It's frame damage, salvage title.
No.
Like,
What is salvage
T-Bob,
title? Somebody said that in the chat earlier. What is salvage title?
That means it's been through a hurricane. It's got salt damage under the car. You know what I'm saying? It's got frame damage, all this stuff. You know? T-Bob, get a room with the dude, bro.
Look,
y'all sound like y'all want to get a room at the Hilton with all the pay-per-view channels.
Every now and then, in this game, you see some land, some real estate that is unclaimed, right? And I'm looking over there, and I just see this barren patch, but I got a little tickle, okay? A little tickle in my balls, Dev. And it's letting me know.
What is it with you and your balls and Derek Carr?
I can't explain it.
Speaking of balls.
Look, the bottom line is there may be some oil in these hills. There may be some gold in these caves, and y'all think it's just all rocky, barren, unfertile land. I'm saying I don't think so. I think there's some money to be made here. And so I've planted my flag. And yes, I'm going to lead the Carney Revolution.
Well, T-Bob, I know you love Pokemon, and I'm here to tell you, this is a Diglett.
Okay. And what does Diglett turn into? A Doug Trio. Okay. And you can catch a level 30 plus Doug Trio in that cave that's immediately relevant, that can learn Earthquake, and that can win you badges. You want to talk about how to take out Giovanni? Doug Trio's Earthquake, key. Super effective versus Nidoking, if I can remember correctly.
I don't know why I even did this.
Yeah, I mean, you stepped into that. What are you doing? Come on.
What the hell you are talking about?
Come on now. You going to put it on a T next time?
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, bro, I wish Derek Carr the best. I really do. But obviously, you could tell who the more popular quarterback is right now. I mean, I went to sleep watching Spencer Rattler press conferences last night. I mean, it's taking over, dude. It's getting to a Jersey point. It's getting to maybe buy a poster of Spencer Rattler point.
For spread quarters? Wait, so
okay. Spread quarters for my dad's house, for my aunt, everybody.
So there's never more popular person than the backup quarterback in town, right? So we'll go around the room. I mean, Jake, do you think that Spencer Rattler actually has a chance of supplanting Derek Carr if this season goes awry?
Well, yeah, if it goes sideways. If it goes sideways, yeah. Now, Derek Carr, because of what DA's been in the past and who he's shown to be, he's going to play the safe option. He's not going to try to throw Spencer Rattler in there, who arm talent-wise, I think has a high ceiling.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, we just heard Nick talk about it as well. If things go sideways, though, I mean, why not? Why not try that? Because if things go sideways for you, you won't be back here. So you would think he would try something different.
That's sure. That's fair. So maybe you'll get your wish. If this really is a salvage title, Dev, you might be able to justify that Spencer Rattler jersey purchase.
I mean, you live in an oblivion if you don't think that Spencer Rattler is going to get thrown into a game this year, because Derek Carr is historically known for leaving a game. I mean, it's going to happen. So we're going to at least see it. It don't even have to go all the way sideways. It really just has to wind up coming down to Rattler winning the 2 job. And, I don't wish it'll happen, but if I had to bet on it, I'd say Derek Carr probably goes out at least twice this year.
I wonder how true that is about Derek Carr missing time.
The last few years,
he played pretty hurt last year, but he did miss some. I don't know. Is it facts?
He's never missed a game as far as, like, for the Saints. He's never missed a game as far as starting it, but he's went out of several games. I mean, think back to the Packers game. The reason why we didn't go to the playoffs, it was that game, the Vikings game, games like that. Derek Carr went out of that Packers game, and that's when Jameis.
I forgot that actually. Yeah, I forgot that he left that Packers game. All right, look, we don't need to get too hung up on Carr here. I'm just saying, Dev.
Well, you've been talking about him the whole show.
Yeah, I know. Because again, at this time of darkness, when the world is collapsing around us, the only thing that gives me hope is Clint Kubiak and a Derek Carr offense with Clint Kubiak. Okay, I think Kubes is going to rejuvenate him, just like he's going to breathe life into Alvin Kamara once again. Kubiak we trust.
This guy's a great offensive coordinator. He's not Jesus.
He is Jesus. He's our Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Dev mentioned being reborn.
He's got to be Jesus.
Dev mentioned being reborn. Look, the Saints offense is being reborn. I said it yesterday. I think you had an offensive system that had become completely reliant on having a Hall of Fame quarterback. And you had an offensive coordinator that didn't know a different system.
What's kind of disappointing is when I see these Ayuk trade rumors going on, and it's like, the Saints are never in the teams that are interested in anybody, but you would have loved to see that, right? Because we got Uber drivers, running receiver right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know who the third receiver is going to be. Man, show some interest in Ayuk. By the way, San Francisco. By the way, Kubiak. Like, we can't make a trade. We can't.
It's kind of interesting. Like, I feel you, Dev. Like, why wouldn't a first-round pick be on the table if you're Dennis Allen and you're already, like, going to be fired? Like, what do you care about having a first-round pick next year?
Let him go.
I would be begging Mickey to, look, let's put together some crazy package to go get Ayuk. Come on. Do you know how much better the team? Like, Ayuk feels like he could represent a win or two on the schedule, which with this team could mean, like, the playoffs or not.
Right. So, I mean, and look, I don't know. He probably just don't want to come to the Saints. He probably might have heard the name pop up and been like, nah, brother. You know what I'm saying? But,
I think
boy, would that be nice. Because we need a receiver. We need somebody.
Definitely ain't going to be so Equiminius.
Huh?
Said it definitely ain't Equiminius.
No.
Receiver.
No. It's so bad the way I'm sitting here thinking, man, I wish we still had Mike Thomas. Like, we don't have enough stars on this team. And the stars that we do have, they sitting out of practice.
Yeah. Lattimore for Ayuk, says Ava. Would y'all do it?
I don't know that they would do it with the injury history.
I'd run that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, because you drafted Kool-Aid and you have
you got your deep there.
Debo, you got Alontae Taylor. It would make sense for you. You'd probably have to add a pick, though. I'm not saying you wouldn't have to add like a 1, obviously, but
at least a second.
At least a second or a third, just because of the injury history.
Dev, what are we doing for Saturday? What are we doing for in spread quarters for the preseason?
That's going to be the first show. I can't wait, man. Never been so excited for a preseason game. It's it's going to be great, man. I mean, you got the quarterback battle. You find out who's going to be the third receiver or who's stepping up for it. I don't know, man. I like preseason football when it don't get canceled. by the way, had the Texans 3 passing touchdowns for the first preseason game. And you already know Davis Mills came out hot. And then who was the backup? Case Keenum. So I was on a roll, had 2 passing touchdowns, and they just canceled the game.
They don't call.
I'm like,
get your money back though. At least you got your money back.
Huh?
No, did you get your money back?
Yeah, but it was a plus 2,000 bet, bro. I could have came up on that, dude. I was pissed, man.
Shout out Davis Mills, GACS, Greater Atlanta Christian
Hey.
School, finest.
Davis Mills, bro.
Yeah.
One of the most consistent backups and started.
Long neck himself.
I got a lot of faith in it. Huh?
He has a very long neck. He's kind of like Mike Glennon in that way. Hey, be on the lookout for my guy Clayton Toon this weekend for Arizona. My little cousin.
Oh, Clayton Toon?
Yeah, Clayton Toon.
Yeah.
My little cousin's boyfriend.
Hey, shout out to Noah Lyles, man. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, agreed.
Since the beginning of humanity, we've all, wanted to race somebody, or it's the good old fashioned foot race.
Yeah.
It's like it's been around since day one. And to know that USA is the best on the planet in foot racing, it means something to me, bro. It means something to me.
Oh, it's like one of the biggest flex events that there is, the fastest man in the world. There might not be another one.
Yeah.
In all of winter or summer Olympics, there might not be a bigger flex than I'm the fastest person.
The best
on Earth.
runners have the same attitudes and feels of the best fighters, where it's very individual and it's very, I am the man, you all suck. Like I am on a higher plane of existence than y'all are. And Lyles definitely carries himself with that swagger as well, even though even he thought he lost. He was actually congratulating old boy.
Which, I mean, dude, you're racing Jamaicans. I would never thought that I won. You know what I'm saying? And then you look up, you won. It was special, man. It was special.
Deb, what else has been going on in spread lines, man? Or what else has been tickling your fancy?
Dealing with that herniated disc, so just doing a lot of exercising, a lot of I'm on these pumpkin seeds. Respect your body, pumpkin seeds. So
for what?
For back problems.
I do have back problems. Pumpkin seeds for back problems.
Pumpkin.
Taylor, write that down.
Pumpkin seeds, hot sauce. Hot sauce does it too. So.
What the hell are you talking about?
What in the voodoo are you
It's
talking?
just facts, you can tell I've done my research.
Pumpkin seeds and hot sauce are going to help my lower back that's all locked up right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to help. It's going to unlock it up.
What? Is that?
Yeah, look it up.
I'm going to need somebody in the listening audience that's maybe a nutritionist. I'm going to need some proof here. Alondra, you got something?
I'm actually just going to trust you.
They contain magnesium.
Okay.
And they're high in antioxidants, which can help prevent chronic diseases like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. They also are a great source of fiber and vitamin C, K, and E, as well as B vitamins, which is all very good for joint or...
Wow.
So I can smoke cigarettes if I eat pumpkin seeds.
Do what?
Yeah, I can smoke cigarettes if I eat pumpkin seeds.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it says it prevents heart disease.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dude, my grandpa is 84. He's been smoking cigarettes since he was 14, dude. Like sometimes,
you just got it. You just got the it factor. Does he eat pumpkin
sometimes
seeds?
that stuff don't matter. It's just genetics,
Does he eat pumpkin seeds?
Oh, yeah. He lives on this little bitty camp and he grows all his own food. So it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh my God, my back, guys.
Hey, are we doing fantasy this year, or are we just packing that up? I know it was a tough year last year.
Y'all are more than welcome to do fantasy.
T-Bob hates fantasy
guys,
football.
I do not set my lineup every year. I ruin every league that I'm in. Everybody, please stop making me do fantasy.
I actually brought this.
Why
you are very
why
toxic
does
for a
it?
fantasy
I
football
just
league,
am
bro.
honest with myself. I don't enjoy it, and I'm not going to do something I don't enjoy. I honestly don't love recruiting on Dynasty mode. I feel the same way about I don't like it, and I keep having to force myself to do it. I'm about to put all my dynasties that I'm in on auto recruit.
It is a little like after you go through like 5 seasons, it is like, damn, here we go. We got to set up the board again. It's like having to do math problems and show your work.
Can you
it's
fathom
just
being an actual coach? Like, how awful does recruiting sound? It sounds like an absolute nightmare. And now you got to you got to come up with the money to pay these kids as well.
This is what the people wanted. The people wanted this extensive, football game, and they got it. So you got to put the work
And
in.
the people love fantasy. I'm just saying it's not for me. But all my friend groups and my work groups keep forcing me to play, and it never goes well. Everybody always gets mad at me for ruining the league.
No, dude. It was like week 4, and we were like done with you, bro. Like
Exactly.
it was so toxic.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, and I know it should be easy to set my lineups and all this stuff, but at a certain point, you got to call a spade. And I just don't do it. I forget about it. Every single time I forget about it. And then the ball kicks off. I'm like, oh, crap. And then I'm like,
but what if, hear me out, you just did it?
Yeah. What if you just didn't forget about it?
That's an insane
What if you just did it?
This is the same logic that convinces me every year to be like, you know what? Fine. Yeah, you're probably right. And then it never happens. Okay?
But it's not like we're like asking you to like go to church every Sunday.
I
You know
like
what I'm
going to
saying? Like
church
we
every
just
Sunday.
asking
Relax.
you while you're sitting to do this thing.
Like, and
that
you
takes-
sit, you sit in the office before the show for at least an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Set it on Fridays.
Set the lineup,
Set
dude.
it and forget it.
I'm prepping.
Infomercial there somewhere.
I was actually telling Jake this yesterday that we should do an OTB fantasy team, but Jake actually said that you wouldn't, that you would lose that, and we should have like a fun punishment, not a fun punishment, but a punishment for the loser.
A punishment is what you were
punishment,
looking for.
And
Punishment,
a
dummy.
competition of some sort to see who picks first.
Do you remember what happened last year, T-Bob?
No.
We were all supposed
Oh,
to.
yeah, that's right.
We were all supposed to pay $40. Nobody wound up paying $40, and then
Who
I
won?
Yeah, I didn't even get my
did.
money back.
Oh, I'll pay you. I'll pay you 40.
No,
I have no problem. Look,
Yeah, I
I
have no
pay
problem
every
paying you.
fantasy league that I'm in. I just feel like I've just burned money. Like even in these NCAA dynasties, I'm just burning money.
Dude, it's just funny though, because you could just tell that like, I'm doing all right. Because the old me, I would have been hitting y'all up for that money, dude. Like every
yeah. Hey, the come up is real. The come up is real. HTMsports.com/shop. Check it out. If Derek Carr does well, will you make a Derek Carr shirt?
brother, I want to be in the car. Yeah, trust me, I'll completely change. Like if I see it, oh yeah, whatever, man. I'll have a Derek Carr themed birthday party.
Hell yeah. There you
The
go.
little birthday hats, they'll have Derek Carr's face on them and stuff.
So, okay. I'm going to hold when's your birthday, Dev?
June 25th, so we got a long way to go.
Okay. Well, if Derek Carr does well, this is market right here. We are 1,000% making Dev throw an adult-themed birthday party that is just Derek Carr themed. He'll have to wear guy liner. He'll have party hats with his face on it. We'll get him like a Derek Carr jersey. It'll be fantastic.
We'll throw a bunch of footballs at the neighbor's house because nothing's accurate. You just,
Well, maybe not.
We'll do a
We'll
bunch.
see. We're going to see. Carnies unite. Deb, tell everybody where to check everything out this weekend.
Hey, subscribe to my YouTube. It's the one that's in the chat. Hold the Mayo, because as soon as the Saints game ends, I go live and I take calls for as long as the phone rings. So I'd greatly appreciate that. Subscribe to Hold the Mayo YouTube.
I really like Ryan Smith's idea. It's a shirt with you holding a hot plate and Derek Carr holding a Chipotle burrito bowl. But I would go one step further and you do like the Predator handshake. So y'all are doing like the Predator dap up, but you have a hot plate.
Carl
and he has
Weathers
a
and
Chipotle.
Arnold, right?
Yeah, and he has a Chipotle burrito bowl. That'd be great.
I'll tell you what, I'll send that. I'll try to get a sketch of that made. See what we can
Yes,
come up
hell
with.
yes. All right, Dev, take it easy, brother.
All right, y'all take care.
Dev Snow, aka Hold the Mayo. Okay, look, if y'all really want me to try this fantasy again, I'll try it again. We'll see.
Let's say
But
if
we
you
need a
try Derek Carr again, by
Right.
God, you can try fantasy again.
That doesn't even
And
make any
they're saying
sense.
that we
does.
can
No,
make.
Derek Carr does not. I don't have to put any effort towards Derek Carr. He has to.
For an hour, you've talked about him today.
We can-
For fantasy football, in the totality
That's
of the
fair.
season, you will not give it an hour. But you just gave an hour to Derek Carr.
Yeah.
We can make setting
I
your
mean,
lineup
this is my
a segment.
job. I wouldn't be talking about Derek Carr if I wasn't doing this job.
I will say, during the
Lot
draft,
of
Jake,
excuses.
if you remember last year, T-Bob was talking all kinds of crap to everybody during the draft. It was once the season started that he gave up.
More to be good today.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, y'all, I mentioned it yesterday, but we're so excited here on Off the Bench to be teamed up with a brand new partner, and that is Oak Park Events. Now, I want you to go to oakparkevents.com. That's P-A-R-C, okay? Park with a C, parkevents.com. And yesterday I mentioned weddings, but look, here at Oak Park, we have multiple venues. We have multiple venues within the venues, and we can serve a plethora of different needs. In fact, one of the best parts is it is a true turnkey and customizable service. So say you got some corporate events you want to do. Versatility, that's the key to Oak Park Events corporate event offerings. You can choose from numerous conference centers, meeting rooms, banquet halls. We got inside and outside gathering areas. Okay, you want a corporate retreat, networking breakfasts, luncheons. We got, groups that meet weekly, monthly, meetings, all-day seminars, crawfish burrows, company picnics, elegant dinners. It's all at Oak Park. Go to oakparkevents.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What happened, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Massive news here. Breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. International recording artist Pitbull. This comes from Pete Thamel. International recording artist Pitbull is purchasing the naming rights to FIU's football stadium. He's expected to pay the school $1.2 million per year for the next 5 years to change the name of FIU Stadium to Pitbull Stadium.
No way.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Shout out Pitbull Stadium. How
go.
much money do you have to have where you're like, oh, yeah, I'll pay $1 million a year to have a small mid-level college football stadium named after me? Hell yeah.
A bleep ton.
$100 million.
Pitbull, I would argue, probably has more than $100 million, no matter what.
Yeah.
Pitbull says.
He has FU money.
Well, he has FIU money. Pitbull Stadium.
Best one you've had in a while.
Next 5 years.
Best one you've had.
It was right there.
That was really good, though.
Yeah,
That was a lot.
don't celebrate it though. If you celebrate it, it ruins it.
Also, I called Alondra a dummy, and you gave me a look like that was mean. Why is that? Because she's a woman? Huh.
Wait, what?
It's very problematic.
It is pretty mean.
When'd you call her a dummy?
Last segment, I called her a dummy.
Oh.
And
I think
you
we
gave me a
usually
look
save
like I
those
was
for.
crossing the line.
We usually save those for Taylor.
I'm just saying, what you don't like, or you don't think women should be treated the same way, Jake? I'm a little confused here. You want to answer?
Yeah, I think you should be
I
nicer
think
to me
it
because I'm a
doesn't
girl.
matter gender. It's just
You gonna answer?
Taylor's the one that you typically throw that at, not Alondra.
Taylor, don't look at me.
Just
Look
like you
away.
used to throw
Stop
it at
looking at me.
Mario and not Danny. That was just the way that it went. So you
So you're
typically
just
choose
saying
one.
Women, or that's just how it's always been with women. So that's the way it goes.
Well, you've always been, I guess.
Okay, look, I don't know, man. You're the one that has to sleep at night. You got to look yourself in the mirror, not me.
I have a daughter now, sir. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right. How about that? Sad for her, you know. Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. Your steel experts right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Go check them out today if you need purlin, tubing, steel accessories, sheet metal, roofing, all of it under one roof, all manufactured on site, all with a customer service that is so much better than national guys because they're local, they're human, they're here, they know you, they know to better serve your needs. You're not just a number at a spreadsheet. You're not getting taken advantage of because you don't have options. You get the best price, the best service, the best product, all right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. Community Steel, guys. Again, go look at it for yourself. If you don't believe me, go deal with them for yourself, and you're going to tell me thank you. Okay, Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com. Tay, you got an NFL story of the day real quick?
I do.
Hit me.
It's time for
Are you ready
Tay-Tay's
to go?
NFL Story of the Day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Hey guys, so place kicker and women's rights activist Harrison Butker got a new contract extension yesterday. He is now the NFL's highest paid place kicker with a 4-year, $25.6 million deal.
Damn.
$17.7 million of that is fully guaranteed.
Bro.
He's making $6.4 million per year. And, you know, when you go look at it, last year he actually had his best year as a pro. He went 33 of 35. That's a 94.3% on field goals. A long of 58. And he was 100% on extra points last year. This is a guy that has been with Kansas City since 2017, 89% career field goal percentage, and a 94.5% extra point percentage, one of the best in the league, and he got paid for it.
Dude makes every kick against the Chargers. Every one of them.
Yeah.
There was one time where he got 2 penalties in a row for false starts, and it started out as a 47-yarder. They backed it up to 52. He made that. False start. Backed it up to 57. Made that.
Get back in the kitchen, Harrison, because you're doing great work. What are we what's like the second highest paid kicker? I need some reference here.
Obviously Justin Tucker and Jake Elliott both make $6 million. So he's
Oh,
just
okay,
a little bit over
okay.
$6
So this is not like the top tier kicker money is $6 million a year.
Yeah, he's at 6.4, so
Okay.
not a huge difference.
Shout out Harrison Butker.
I mean,
but he got a big bump before his final year. He was scheduled to make just
Doing drugs?
$3.9 million.
Oh,
So I mean, he got a big bump.
Doubled up. 17.5 guaranteed, Jake too, huh, for a kicker.
Yep. Wow.
All right, let's go to break when we get back.
T-Bob's going through it.
Close out the show. Not nearly as bad as you, but this is not. It's not that. It's not good. We're OTB.
Well,
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. Look, man, if you need any exterior construction, pools, any size or type of fence, which I'm going to be needing a whole new section of fence here pretty soon. You want to put some turf in your backyard. You want to build the outdoor kitchen of your dream. It's all at Pinnacle. Y'all, and go to the website, pecbuild.com, because again, guys, when you see the gallery, you see the quality of work, the artisanship, you're going to be blown away. So for all of your outdoor construction needs, you want Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
Yeah, that website is pecbuild.com, where you can really see what they can do for you now, residential, as T-Bob just laid out, but also commercially. If you want to install some artificial turf at your business, they can come in, they can do that, right? And they can do large sizes of what you need. But if you want something smaller, for like a putting green, somewhere to work out at your home with that artificial turf, they can come in and do that as well. Check it all out online. Pools, outdoor living, fences, bulkheads, and more. PECbuilt.com.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air during Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob, The Hunt Palmer Show, and after further review with Matt Moscone.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com. Oh, by the way, we do shutters too.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to Six Rings Baseball.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back, OTB. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cole Kirsch Light. Visit your hotels at Blue Moon Light Sky Citrus Suite. Golf Sets and T-Bobs in Scone always gives his roofing company free airtime shout-outs. You should give your wife photography company free shout-outs. I agree. Caitlin B. Photography, y'all. Hit her up for all your wedding needs.
Make no mistake about it.
I was about to say, I agree. Shout out Caitlin B.
Caitlin
Yes.
B. Photography.
But I don't think it's free.
Just put up a T-Bob.
No. He's talking about a free shout-out. No, Caitlin B's not free. Hell no. Most of you nerds probably can't afford her. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
We are not. We did it yesterday. We are not above a shameless plug.
No, like I'll tell you today, snaps, normal time, going at noon. And then Thursday at 10:30 is when we'll play that LSU USC game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, check out EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com if you're, looking for a brand new indoor space in Baton Rouge, 2 full football fields, a weight room, sauna, hot and cold tubs. EliteTrainingBR.com.
Normal people can go too?
Yeah, EliteTrainingAcademyBR.com. Yeah, no, for real, normal people, yes, absolutely, yeah. It's for everybody.
I'm there.
It's for everybody.
Sriracha.
Listen to me on
There you
Eagle
go.
98.1
No doubt.
Sundays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
That's right. Taylor? Anything you want to plug?
100.7 the Tigers, Saturdays 3 to 6.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Let's go.
Sriracha says, ask the bench. Chat, I'm in Phoenix. Do I go to the Saints-Cardinals preseason game or do I do anything else? I'll add, I'm a 49ers guy.
Do anything else.
If I'm not a fan of either preseason team, I think you'd be very hard pressed to find me an NFL preseason game. If I'm
And
being
Phoenix
honest.
is cool.
And I've heard Phoenix is very cool.
I've never been, but
Went to
I've heard.
one, but
great.
Yeah.
it's because
It's hotter than hell right now, though.
my wife's company had free suite tickets to a Saints preseason game. That's the only reason I went.
I
last
went
year.
to Saints Chargers
them hot dogs?
2 years ago. The Chargers hooked me up with sideline passes, and my oldest son got to talk with LaDainian Tomlinson, which was really, really cool. But outside of the Chargers being in town, I'm not going to the preseason.
Ask the bench, has the interception percentage from T-Bob gone down in NCAA? Yes. Again, from 8 picks to 0 picks. So, averaging 4 a game now. Ask the bench, T-Bob and Hester, is there a game that sticks in your memory where there's a lot of animosity towards the other team and y'all proceeded to just dominate and it was awesome?
Do you know Jake?
Yeah, and he said dominate though, right? Florida was a knockdown, drag-out battle. I would say in 2011, we beat the hell up out of Florida and Auburn, and that was awesome.
2007 Virginia Tech.
Yep. Hell yeah. All right, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to AccuTemp of Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com for your AC, heat, and electrical needs. Go to the place that's going to give you service to the highest degree and take control of your comfort zone today. You can schedule an appointment online. You can call them up, and you'll see why they have such high Google review ratings and why so many people are so blown away by the level of customer service they give. Because at their core, their mission statement is service to the highest degree. Okay? And so experience it for yourself. If you want a whole home generator, check them out as well. AccuTemp, Baton Rouge, AccuTempBR.com.
When you go to the website, as we always tell you, get that appointment scheduled online. And the thing that we love about them is they show you exactly who's coming into your home, a profile about that person, a picture about that person. You can trust them. The internet hates everything, but it loves AccuTemp, AccuTempBR.com.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash